Anyway, let's get to the most predictable thing that could have ever happened is currently happening, and how we knew about that it was inevitably going to happen from a very long time ago by looking at a documentary that was on Vice about this is what winning looks like. Okay, this is what I wanted to show you guys earlier. I watched a bit of it. Like, I watched more than half of it. It's an hour and 29 minutes long, but it's fucking gruesome and it's worth it. I watched all the way to like the 30 minutes marker, specifically because I wanted to show you that this is what winning looks like in Afghanistan. I mean, this is like a lot of stuff that I've talked about before. You will recognize one main thing here. For example, you will recognize that there's a lot of talk about pedophilia, things that I've talked about before many, many times. So let's watch.
Hi, I'm Eddie Moretti. Today I'm with Ben Anderson, who's an independent filmmaker of documentary.
Oh, now you're talking about politics? What a surprise.
Thank you for the streams.
What? Fucking stupid chatters, dude.
And a writer. We have a book out right now called No Worse Enemy. Ben has been working with us at Vice for a number of years. He's also been reporting from Afghanistan for a number of years. He was first embedded with British forces around 2007. But he recently made a trip to Afghanistan in December of 2012. So we're gonna watch Ben's new documentary, which is called This Is What Winning Looks Like. It's a shocking and an eye-opening look at the state of Afghanistan today.
Tonight I can announce that over the next year, another 34,000 American troops will come home from Afghanistan. This drawdown will continue, and by the end of next year, our war in Afghanistan will be over.
Oh, interesting. It's crazy. Chat, remember, this documentary is like, I mean, I don't even think this is from 2013. I think this is even older. Like,
oh, awesome, 4 months. Great stuff, keep it up.
This is from 2012. That's from 2012, motherfucker. So when you say pre-watched or whatever, spoiler alert.
Afghan forces defending Afghan people and enabling the government of this country to serve its citizens. This is victory. This is what winning looks like. And we should not shrink from using these words.
You know, over here you've got a PB commander who we know is kidnapping boys and sexually molesting them. So try doing that day in and day out. Working with child molesters wears on you after a while.
Yeah. Trigger warning.
International troops will continue to train, advise, and assist the Afghans and fight alongside them when needed. But we will shift into a support role as Afghans step forward. But we must finish the job we started in Afghanistan and end this war responsibly.
This is what the American military is saying and the American government, but you don't believe it because you've seen to the contrary.
Yeah, and the British and American Marines on the ground don't believe it either. I mean, all it is now is about getting out and saving face.
Yeah, so
and we're not leaving because we've achieved our goals, we're leaving because we've given up on achieving those goals. That's the only goal now, is to somehow look good as we pull out. It could even be worse than that, because all the fighting has been to introduce a corrupt, hated and feared government who in some areas make the Taliban look like the good guys. And when you remember that the Taliban were welcomed into power in the mid-90s because they looked like the good, just Muslims in comparison to the warlords, it feels eerily similar today.
go ahead and give you guys a quick class on hygiene and cleanliness of the PB. A big thing is separating, like where you shower, eat, use the restroom. You want to keep it separate. So if you're eating, where you just showered, where you're using the restroom, you're pretty much just putting all that bacteria you just got rid of, putting it right back on your skin, using your hands to eat, and it's just going right back in your system. It's going to cause sickness, diseases.
Hey, ترجمان صاحب ورته د دوا ورته د ځان صفات مرته کو ورته دا خو دا زموږ خپل کار دی معنا چې جامع پای کو ورته موږ ته د مینو درس راکړ تورنه کیټ درس راکړ دا سړی چې سرخان تک شینی لاس پریوي بارور تک شینی ورته دا ګرد کوی معنا ګرد د درس ویل
This guy's a real fucking asshole, by the way. I'm just gonna say it, okay? I mean, he's right here in this situation, but he's a real fucking asshole. Also, most of you don't know this probably, but they teach that to like American military members in America as well. Like what he's describing to them is a part of basic training. So it's not necessarily because they're like, you know, talking to the Afghan troops like they're fucking animals, but instead like they literally treat all military members like fucking animals, where they will literally tell you like how to brush your teeth and what to do and what not to do in American in the American military. It's just like basic military shit.
Let me explain one more thing. All right, we're taking time out of our lives. The Marines are. Okay, everybody here is taking times out of our lives to come down here away from our families to help you guys. We're not here to offend anybody. If we say something that may offend you, you know, we apologize ahead of time. Let us know and we'll fix it.
Everyone believes that the training is being accelerated now as we leave. The training is almost non-existent now. Most of the forces have pulled back to the main bases, which they never leave. Because, as I say, the people on the ground, I think, have given up on there being any chance of success.
Bundy? It's because they think they're backwards. They don't do that with American soldiers. Come on, Bummy. They 100% do. I don't know if you're a vet or not. I think you said you are, but like, they do. What the fuck? They absolutely do. They'd even do it in officer training.
In there.
Hey. Bandy? Bandy Hana? Terjüman.
Okay. So they've got 4 secret prisoners who they stuffed in the furthest room and filled the door with sandbags, so they were trying to hide from the Marines.
They are?
No, they are not Taliban.
Oh.
Hey. No.
Terjüman.
He's handcuffed.
Okay. Listen, okay. We'll leave this here. This is...
Oh, there's 4 guys.
4?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna go talk to the PB. Tell him I was going to the bathroom back there and I heard voices back in the corner. Who knows?
He's spreading a bunch of misinformation.
اوس وکیل صاحب ما راغوښتي دي هغه سره خپل خبره خلاصه کړه بندیان ما تر څو پورې چې نولې دي خادواله راوستلي چې معنا علاقه وایم تر څو پورې چې زه سبا راځم د وطن سره راپورته کړي دي اوس ما د لې خپل دوی بیا یا دغه جوړه مې موږ ته نه دی معلوم بالا بس دغه دوی راپورته کړه په لاس یې ماته راکړه ما ورته خوندي کړي دي اوس وکیل صاحب راځي بارې په لاس ورکوم وکیل نظرګل د خاده سره برای تللی او دا خلک یې راپورته کړل.
Can we see if they're in our system with the eye scan? Can we do the eye scan?
All of the Afghan dudes you see here are deeply addicted to fucking opiates. And all of the vets that you see are probably prescribed opiates back home now. They're in America and are now also addicted to opiates. Most of the opiates that are, you know, being fucking protected and farmed out in the fields.
These guys?
Yeah. Can we take them out and see if they're in our system? See if they're...
Why, موږ کولای شو چې دوی په خپل سیستم کې واچو؟
یا ورته بندیان ناست دي تر څو پورې چې مشر رانیسي دغه رسوانې کې بیا
You just read that on Twitter, lol? What? I'm literally watching the documentary with you. How could that have just happened?
Taliban Pog.
Like, what do you think? Like, I secretly pulled up like a tweet or something?
Who dropped him off? Khitab?
ترجمان متوسط وکیل صاحب راځي زبا پلاور سم درس ته ورس برابر خپل خبر ورسره شریک د بندیا په باره
Can we give them water?
وای دا غوبو وړایسو او یا وبو
Take it back, racist assumption that dehumanized them even further. Bro, if you think that these motherfuckers, like the Afghan security forces, are good, you're out of your fucking mind, okay? What the fuck are you talking about? Okay, we're not doing this. We're not doing this. We're not doing this. Yes, I'm being. Yes, dude. Just keep watching, okay? Just shut the fuck up and keep watching.
No.
Just wait. I don't want to piss them off. It's their show.
They show their prisoners. If they kill them, they'll learn.
That's a great way to educate the Afghan security forces, by the way. If they kill them, they'll learn. No, motherfucker, they won't. They won't actually learn. Also, what is the lesson? Like, they're under your command, technically. Like, they're training them. These are the good ones, dude. These are literally the good soldiers, okay? Just remember that.
Yeah. We gotta prevent that, though.
Right.
Doesn't the U.S. military have more, capable kind of resources to do? This is literally nation building from the psyche up.
Well, the idea has always been fight your way into a town, clear the Taliban out, then all these other people come in to train the Afghans in governance and build infrastructure and so on. That other bit rarely ever happens, and certainly doesn't happen anywhere near as much as it should be happening, so it's left to guys like him.
How can we understand the mindset of Taliban? How can a nation be this uncivilized and behind hundreds of years in the whole world? I don't know, man. What if I fucking bomb you and murder your family nonstop and extract your natural resources, make sure you can't go to fucking school, and then for hundreds of years I'll keep doing that over and over again. And then I'll call you uncivilized when you're like, well, what the fuck do I do here? I can't go to school. The only thing I know is, like, I'll learn how to fucking shoot a gun. At least, like, there's, like, some honorable higher cause with respect to, like, purging these foreign forces. Fuck do you mean, dude? What is this, like, uncivilized? Do you know how uncivilized we are here in the United States of America? When we are thousands of miles away from any sort of fucking foreign adversary, surrounded by 2 oceans? Think about how fucking hog-like we are, bro. Look at Florida, dog. Look at Alabama, motherfucker. Are you crazy? Think about how uncivilized we are when we have all of the resources. Then you turn around and you're like, man, I can't believe these guys are uncivilized. Like, what the fuck? They have nothing, dude. They literally have nothing. They have nothing. And anytime that they've tried to have something, we're like, nope, that's not for you. We're going to bomb the fuck out of you. We have all the wealth in the world. We have superior military that, like, basically justifies and reinforces our global hegemonic power. And we still have 50% of the fucking country that's like, I won't wear a mask. I'll die for this country, but I won't wear a fucking mask, brother. I will not get vaccinated. You're going to sit here and tell me that they're uncivilized? Look at the fucking place that they're living in, dude. Everything is bombed as shit. We are the uncivilized barbarians, dude. We are. They're making the most of what they got, motherfucker.
Who, as you say, are trained to fight, not to do all these very complicated, difficult jobs. And later that day, a local politician arrived. He was the man behind the taking of the prisoners.
Was the purpose of the whole mission, the operation last night, just to go get his brother back and get those Taliban, or was there another mission and they just happened to get these guys?
ما دي غواش وكيل ك بديو كده سنجنا ورك نشبه مش تاورور وجنه انه كده حاجه ما دلتك شنو زماورور ملني نا ديوز ما صارت بدلك زماورور ديرا ويجي بداغو كسانو زداوري لك وم نور جور مش نور سرك وني بنجانا وش ماشي ماورور اوسي زدورن وري لك.
If he can only arrest Taliban, that's what that warrant was for.
Yes, the U.S. pharma companies do not get their opium from Afghanistan. I know. They get it mostly from fucking Tasmania. Most of it is like 75% of the opium production that American pharmaceuticals and legitimate pharmaceutical corporations use comes from Tasmania. I know this because I watched TrueAnon recently, or I listened to TrueAnon recently, so I'm aware of this. But the heroin production comes from the Afghan opium. Okay? That's where the heroin comes from. Okay? The shit that you put in your fucking body when you can't fucking, the shit that goes into your body when you can't actually fucking,
The Taliban that kidnapped his brother. Kidnapping their brothers is just the same as kidnapping any random person. It's kidnapping. It's a crime. It's not legal to kidnap any person.
Get the prescription.
Only if they're Taliban and they catch them. Other than being the brothers of the Taliban who kidnapped his brother, haven't done anything wrong. They haven't committed a crime. So they cannot be arrested if they haven't done anything wrong themselves. Just because they're the brothers of the Taliban does not mean that they are Taliban themselves.
This shows how powerless they are. They don't really know. All they know is 4 guys have been illegally taken, are being illegally detained, not fed, not given water, and it's being hidden from them. They're playing catch up all the time. That's all they can do. The Marines I was with turned up to spend the night at this patrol base, but the Afghan police had pulled the security barrier down and were selling it as scrap metal at the local bazaar. So they had no security whatsoever in their base, so the Marines couldn't stay.
All gone. Basically looks like no blood or anything. So they just took them out of here. So they were still here, we don't know where they are right now. You gotta find out where to draw the line as far as where you want to try to make them in. We don't want to make them into American police. That's not the intent of being over here. But we also want to teach them just the human rights piece of it. That if you do have a detainee or a prisoner, that you still have to give them water.
So while the Marines were somewhere else, they snuck them into the back of the truck and snuck them out the gate.
Leave it!
It's sort of a slightly half-hearted effort to make them stop, because they haven't got the power to make them stop.
How was those 40? I got a good look at.
It is a bit of an oxymoron when you have like American military teaching the concept of human rights. You know what I mean? It's like it is a rather weird. You know what I mean? Like
two of them had their face covered up, so we can still look at the head pictures, see who they might be.
It's
Hey, if you don't have your gear on, get it on.
So after the truck went out with the 4 detainees in the back, 3 surrounding police patrol bases came under attack from the Taliban.
South-southeast. How far? At least 300 meters.
As soon as the Taliban see the US Marines truck somewhere, they don't attack it. They only attack the weak spots.
Right.
Although some bullets eventually came towards the watchtower that we were in.
Hey, what are they shooting at?
Hey, tell them to watch out. They're just a fucking.
Talk to them,
Truck coming in.
بخته هغه ته کوچنیان دا وای چې تکان مکو چې کوچنیان باندې لګي
شدلی پرو کړی سو نه
بخته سو تکان وکړو
Don't shoot until you can see him.
وای چشته
وای تر څو چې نه دلې نه د کتل
ورته عدالت نه ورته خو دغه سیس مشاوره مولي ورته زه دوه وخت ما تر وسه نه دی ور کړی
inside the camp and how can I see them if I don't shoot they will stop
wait till they come out.
Then if you don't shoot, if you don't see him, then you can't hit him with the bullets. You're gonna waste ammo.
وای چې ته مهمات په اماسه مصرفوي صبر وکړه چې تر څو ویني
Kids ran into the tree line.
وای چې هغه ته کوچنیان هم دا اوس مو ولیدل
کوچنیان روان ولا
کوچنیان روان دي
You got any eyes over there to the left?
Negative.
Got nothing.
Where, sir?
And he was so angry he couldn't shoot. He just grabbed the big machine gun, ran out the gate.
I just saw comments saying Vice is bullshit. Like, I get some of their stuff is editorialized, but this is a first-hand account. Like, what the fuck? No, this is like... This is from when they weren't exactly bullshit. They definitely were doing a lot more commentary or a lot better coverage. But also on top of that, this is like, I mean, this is like pretty much the end of the good coverage. I mean, they still have good coverage from time to time, but you know.
And then just fired wildly.
He's just walking and shooting. He's not aiming at anything.
Around at the corner?
Yeah, they're just walking down the alley shooting at nothing. They're just walking down the alley like this, shooting.
Pre-fire.
وقتا برای ورای که سبی ورای که مهمات برای که.
Not if we don't have it.
I just want to remind you, for no particular reason, that this entire video that we're watching, or that what this video is documenting, cost $90 billion. Just this part alone, the training, $90 billion. Okay.
وقتی نیستیمو بسته. و آخر مر برای پداغ تیگو جنگ ورسره کو گواره دا تیگی با.
If you run out of ammunition, you will use these racks to fight the Taliban.
All right. Good to go.
Because you know how like people will always be like, healthcare ain't free, brother. What do you mean? Free healthcare ain't free, brother. It's like, yeah, well, neither is teaching these dudes how to do a tourniquet and you know, shoot weapons and stuff. There is a price for that. It's called $90 billion. That guy is bi-sitting.
This is another patrol base. They're advising the police, and on the police base, there's this huge weed plant, like right next to their little area where they have their meetings. Inside the police base.
Did you see weed everywhere?
Everywhere. Every police base has got a little garden.
Wait, someone said, so? It literally made the difference in the lives of thousands of Afghan women? Are you fucking dumb?
Hasanabi.
No, it didn't. The moment that the U.S. troops withdrew, every single one of those bi-sitting Andes over there literally were like, yeah, all right, we're done. They put their guns down and were like, yeah, go ahead, take over. It took 72 hours to take... It took 72 hours of the Taliban to take over Kabul, dude. This is so dumb. They've had 20 years of non-Taliban rule is what he's saying, you numbskull. First of all, even that's not fucking true. I get, like, okay, Americans, if you don't know what you're talking about, just stop talking challenge, okay? Like, literally not true, okay? Like, there are a few areas where women had more liberties than they did before. And those few areas were under like complete American control. But outside of that, it's like Americans literally fucking brought in their, as Hillary Clinton also pointed out, Americans brought in their pedophile warlords, dude. Like they were basically like, we're bringing our own pedo warlords instead of your pedo warlords. You know what I'm saying? Like
12 months of STR8 molding hassle.
Just keep watching.
Well, you have two options. You can go to PHQ and you can tell them your situation. Or you're going to have to learn to work with what you have. But I recommend you go to PHQ and you tell them your situation and show them that weapon.
By the way, we're literally watching an entire documentary that details the harrowing experience of the U.S. forces that had to turn a blind eye to the mass enslavement and rape of Afghan children in the hands of the same military forces that they were training that cost $90 billion. And this motherfucker's telling me like, dude, it was worth it, bro. Like, you know, a couple Afghan women were able to go to fucking school. Like, what the fuck are you, like, what are you talking about? Please don't promote that fucking trot rag. WSWS is dog shit. It doesn't matter. I don't care about what this fucking thing is saying. It's the New York Times also covered this as well.
And demand that they give you more weapons to replace that.
They don't understand that, yeah, actually, there has been a transformation. We are supposed to take the lead. They're still expecting the U.S. forces to take the lead.
Well, and that's what amazed me is how it hasn't got through to the Afghans yet. I mean, one Afghan soldier said to me, oh no, it'll be great when the Americans leave because all the money they had for weapons and equipment, we'll get that money. And I was saying,
it doesn't really work like that.
No. And also someone somewhere, I'm sure, has said, remember when we supported the Mujahideen against the Russians, and remember we left all those weapons there, and we had to spend years and millions of dollars getting those weapons, particularly the Stinger missiles, back. We're not making that same mistake again. So these guys have got AK-47s, a few RPGs, unarmored pickup trucks, a few Humvees, which are not safe enough for the Americans or British to drive anywhere, and that's all they've got.
Well, here's the thing. We're trying to get you to the point where you can operate without heavily depending on American.
They were right. They were literally right. They were fucking right. Because whatever weapons they left behind that they didn't destroy, which is what they do, because it's impossibly expensive to like ship it back, are now in the hands of the Taliban. So they're not wrong. As far as, you know, the reason why they were like, yeah, you can't have like great weapons because, you know, otherwise like people will steal it.
Help. But nothing is going to happen until you sit down and you show us a plan. You need to come up with a plan on how you're going to use all your men and attack this IED factory, and we'll be behind you, helping you out. But you're right, times are changing. The Marines are no longer going to take the lead anymore. You have to learn how to operate as if we are no longer here. I hear great things about you. You're a good PB commander, so you know you have a lot of men here, and I think you're going to do great things.
And he eventually gets through to him that you have to come up with a plan yourself. Then you can do it, and we'll support you if need be. So they leave with the police commander saying, "Okay, I'll come up with a plan within a few days, and we'll do it." And a few days later, he just vanished on leave, and no one's heard from him since. No plan.
Your helmet on. We're moving.
All right, we gotta go.
Put your helmet on, Saeed. Saeed, put your helmet on, brother.
At another patrol base, as usual, they didn't seem to want the Marines' help or advice.
You can just have your guys gather around right here, and then we'll show them what to do.
Well, based on the sandbags that we have, that's all we got. So let's go ahead and fill those up. Once we have filled those up, like I said, 5 of you guys will fill up the sandbags. The other 5 is gonna help out, get the other one fixed. Yeah, and then we'll switch. Hey, if you guys don't want to do it right now, I completely understand that. All right, but we're here to help you guys out. If you guys don't want our help, we'll leave the sandbags. You guys figure it out. We're taking our gear with us. We're here to help you guys out to make your tower safer. That way you guys don't get shot from all directions, all right? Babunas? Anywhere here? Huh? You gonna check? Yes or no? What? What? By the way.
Policeman at the checkpoint was smoking weed, which is kind of normal. But 2 of the policemen filling sandbags now are out of their brains on something else, something stronger, opium or heroin, literally nodding off as they stand up or sit down, filling the sandbags. So while all that was happening, someone fired a few shots at the watchtower that they were filling sandbags for.
Is that him? What's he shooting at? What are you shooting at? What is it?
Shooting back to the west. They don't have positive ID.
What are you shooting at? What are you shooting at, brother?
But the PD commander wants to shoot
where?
To show forward. I'll copy.
Huh? You see Taliban? Where do you see Taliban? Yeah, where?
That to wash, huh? Urta daga chuo de chaki urta daga bag chosi ki urta dalina si urta wa.
Taliban is still in the garden and sometimes they're gonna shoot us.
They're in the garden, they're gonna shoot at us?
Yeah.
Urta yo taki da chuo do taki chuo
Pop 4, 7 Mike.
They haven't seen who just shot at them. They just want to get some shots fired back as a sort of show of force.
What's that? They're in the garden?
In the gardens.
You gotta make sure you see them. You gotta make sure you see them because you're just firing rounds down there and you don't know what you're firing at. You gotta see them before you fire. But just like I'm saying, just make sure you actually see somebody before you fire, because you don't know what lies on beyond. Professionals don't do that. You know, professionals make sure they know their target and what lies beyond their target. Professionals don't just shoot out in the crowd. They're supposed to be professionals. You guys are professionals, that's why you don't do that.
And then 3 weeks later, the deputy commander got shot right through his body and scraped his lungs, and the Marine medic saved him and they found a bag of heroin in his pocket. So I'm sure these guys were on heroin.
Are you putting your men back on the sandbags? You gonna have them carry them out here?
وای خپل کسانو ته وویل چې دغه ټول هغه بوجیان راولي ته سم ده ورته چای پیر راځي په دغه څو وجو سره دغه بل خلاص.
The lesson of the day was filling sandbags. The police got bored of that very quickly, pulled over a car at their checkpoint and just got some civilians and then some kids to fill and carry the sandbags for them.
I've seen more military.
This is Major Bill Stuber. He's in charge of the police advisory team, 18 Marines who go out to all these bases. He spends most of his time at the police headquarters trying to advise the leadership. But the actual police chief vanished 8 days into his job, went on Hajj, hadn't been seen at this point for 2.5 months. The acting police chief has also just vanished, and he's got no idea where he's gone or you know, what's happening.
What the hell's going on?
And basically when these guys vanish, they often take all of their commanders with them. So the last time this happened, half of the police force in Sangin just vanished. So every time the US Marines are alone with the Afghans, they have to have a guardian angel. So one of them has got his rifle cocked and his finger on the trigger, ready in case there's an insider attack.
You ever seen the TV show The Sopranos? It's vast. Everything from skimming ammunition off of their supplies to skimming fuel off of their shipments. There's false imprisonment. They'll take people during an engagement. They'll just wrap everybody up that was around it, and then they'll wait for the families to come in and pay them money to be able to release them. All of these vehicles are claimed on their monthly expenditures, so they're getting fuel and oil money for every single vehicle that you see, even though they're obviously they can't run, they can't operate. They only get a handful of vehicles that operate. So in the district, I think they have 25 vehicles, and maybe only 10 or 11 of them actually work. But they're collecting the fuel money and oil money for all the other vehicles, even though they can't actually operate them. Ammunition's the same thing. We count the rounds when they come off the vehicles here, and it's usually the rounds, the RPGs that are getting sold in the bazaar. That'll happen in transit because they know once they get it here and we take inventory of it, we're very watchful as to what's going on with that ammunition. Oh, this was taken off of a dead Taliban. What's interesting is the guy that was wearing this vest, when he came in, he was in the back of one of these trucks like this, and we went up to bring him a white sheet, and they wouldn't let us cover him. You know, that was kind of disturbing. I mean, there's just a kid sitting back there, you know, and pissed and shit himself, and fucking bleeding all over, and yeah, it sucks. It sucks to see kids get fucking shot.
Did they say why they wouldn't give him a proper burial?
Said he didn't deserve it. And you know, we brought the sheet for him anyway, just because you know, whether he's a warrior, he's still a warrior, you know, and deserves to be treated like one, even in death. But they didn't seem to think that way, so that was the first time I'd seen that. So.
What's amazing is he's really candid about this soldier.
He's one of those guys. I mean, he was more sort of emotionally invested in this than anybody else, and he's the one who, you know, I said sometimes almost looked traumatized by what he couldn't do. I was kind of foisted upon him, and he had no choice but to, you know, let me go out filming with him. But he's one of those guys who just couldn't lie. I could ask him questions, and you saw him really wrestling with a good way of saying it, but he couldn't. He just couldn't tell lies, and I really admired him for that.
As an advisor, you know, you're a dog with a lot of bark and a lot of bite. So, you know, there's some things that if in order to get the mission accomplished, I'm not gonna say, you know, we don't turn a blind eye to anything. We report everything, but there's certain things that, you know, that normally where you would just be like, hey, this is just a no-go. We're not going to do this. That you, in order to get the mission, accomplished, in order for them to actually go out still hold security and hold PBs, you kind of gotta let it go. You know, things like if we were to go in and shut down all of their schemes, all of their corruption schemes, you would render them completely ineffective. I mean, you take a look around.
Really disheartened, I think, by the end of this, because you know, even when guys were abducting and raping young boys and murdering them, nothing happened as a result of his reports. He was reporting everything he saw up to over 200 people in the chain of command. Nothing was ever done.
You've got guys like this right here, who are the S1 officer, the administrative officer, and investigating officer, who are here from Kabul. They're academy-trained policemen, professional. They can read, they can write. They believe in the rule of law. They believe in securing the population and the people and treating them right. I mean, these are the guys that are easy to work with. But then you have over here a PB commander who we know is kidnapping boys and sexually molesting them, and, robbing the people. I mean, he treats the people of Sangin like a piggy bank that he can just shake and rob, and you know, that's really difficult. You know, how do you work with a guy like that? The natural part of an advisor is you want to.
Yeah, he did report those. Guess what happened? High command told him to fucking look the other way. That's what. Just for the record, for those of you who don't know, like literally, this is well documented. That like they basically were like, yeah, don't just fucking look the other way at the child rape that is ongoing.
Have the most effect on things, so it's easy to go work with a professional AUP like this, but really where we need to be is working with guys like that. So try doing that day in and day out, working with child molesters, working with people who are robbing people, murdering them. It wears on you after a while.
So that's Hamid Khan, an Afghan army commander, and he was the one note of kind of cautious optimism. I mean, the US Marine said he's the best Afghan army commander they've ever seen. Like, really good guy, really motivated, had all the answers to the right questions.
Not stoned. Not
stoned. And I think if he saw his, well, there were quite a few soldiers that were stoned, but I think if he saw his men doing things wrong, I think he would stop it.
برادران سلام علیکم. خب بسم الله الرحمن الرحیم. قراره که ما و شما قبلا هم آمادگی داشتیم برای عملیاتی که در منطقه به نام بیانزوی. فردا ساعت صبح وقت دیگه ما چیز میکنیم. خدا خواسته باشه بخیر. یک عملیاتی به مشترک همراه پلیس محلی ما داریم که پلیس محلی ما داخل ساحه همراه ما میشوند. زمانی که ما داخل ساحه میشیم تقریبا به 3 گروه ما تقسیم میشیم. گروه اول ما گروه مانور است. گروه دوم ما گروه حمایه آتش است. گروه سوم ما گروه ریزرو است. زمانی که ما صبح وقت حرکت کردیم میایم در آخوندزاده خیل. از آخوندزاده خیل همراه پلیس محلی یک جای میشیم. پلیس محلی به خاطر چند گپ همراه ما می باشند. پلیس محلی نسبت از اینکه شناخت بیشتر در مورد دشمن دارن، یک دیگر راهی که دشمن مین نداره، راهی که به اصطلاح مین نداره و دشمن اون نقطه را به اصطلاح مین گذاری نکرده برای پلیس محلی معلوم است. به این معنی که ما اگر داخل ساحه شویم هم با مین دشمن سر بخوریم هم با خود دشمن سر بخوریم، این ما و شما را به یک مشکل بسیار وسیع برمیخوراند در جریان جنگ. بیا خودت دوجا. آرپیجی کی است؟ آرپیجی برو دوجا برو. بیا دیگه آرپیجی.
There are all kinds of other issues with the army. They're still completely dominated by the northern ethnic groups. There are very few southern Pashtuns, like 2 to 3% of the army are southern Pashtuns. So a lot of southern Pashtuns see the Afghan National Army as being almost as foreign as we look to them. Back in 2001, 2002, we could have created an actual national army, but it's an exaggeration to call this a national army. It's not a national army, it's the Northern Alliance. It's the historical enemies of of the Taliban. One thing you do see is with these guys is they've got pictures of Masood everywhere.
Right, who was the leader of the Northern Alliance.
Yeah.
But he was just another warlord like the other one.
Well, you talk to Afghans, and many Afghans will say, listen, you in the West love Masood, but, you know, when they shelled Kabul, tens of thousands of civilians were killed. And entering into these southern villages with pictures of Masood everywhere it's almost like me driving around New York with a picture of bin Laden, you know, in the window of my car. That's an exaggeration, but you don't look like the army who have come to protect and serve when you come in with pictures of Masood and pictures of Dostum, who's probably the most brutal warlord in Afghanistan's recent history.
Yeah, that's the guy that we talked about before. Prolific rapist and vice president of Afghanistan. So the thing I was gonna say is, well, one, it's top of the hour, so I'm gonna fucking run a 6-second ad break. And two, you can avoid those ads if you subscribe with a $5 subscription or with a fucking with the free one with the Twitch Prime if you want an ad-free broadcasting experience. Also, lastly, I'm 8 minutes late, but do you guys have you can use an ad blocker or VPN, but Twitch Prime is free. Do you have the TOS moments in after this? Like, because I'm sure there are TOS moments in here probably, and I'm really not aware or if there are TOS moments. But here's the ad break now.
شروع جنگ اگر دشمن شروع میکنه جنگ در قدم اول پرسونل ما اول موضع میگیرن بعد از اون ترصد میکنن در مرحله سوم انداخت میکنن بالای دشمن از انداخت اضافه مهمات قطعا جلوگیری میشه رسیده عملیات ما و شما امکان داره که تا شام ادامه پیدا کنه بیش از 12 ساعت طول بکشه دشمن شاید مقاومت بکنه نشه که باز بر ما مهمات هم به سر وقت نرسه و باز موجه به کمبود مهمات مواجه شد جان مردم ملکی، مال مردم ملکی، عزت آبروی مردم ملکی در این جریان عملیات ما و شما محفوظ می باشه. رسیدی؟ چرا که دست‌ها احتمال داره مردم ملکی هم باقی مانده باشه. دیگه آخرین کوشش ما می باشه که ما فرق دشمن با فرق ملکی بکنیم.
There was a big drive to try and get southern Pashtuns to join the national police and the national army. It failed. So they created local militias. They're called the Afghan local police. Every village has got its men of fighting age. They're tough guys who protect their village. Some are Taliban, some are anti-Taliban. And we just said to all of them, regardless of their history, if we put you on the payroll, will you fight for us or not fight against us? And that's what these guys are. They're the Afghan local police. Taliban. And some of the local police didn't look over 16 years old. So as soon as we start walking towards this Taliban-controlled village, they come under fire. And straight away start shooting back despite not having any idea where the Taliban are. They're firing towards the Afghan local police.
Overside of the river, lots of pieces. You're crossing by boats and ships and coming here, shooting, then going back and crossing the river.
So the A&A are in the first village they wanted to clear, the first village which is still controlled by the Taliban. It's incredible to think there's still a village within 2 miles of the main base in Sangin where foreign forces first arrived over 6 years ago that's still controlled by the Taliban, but they're hoping to clear this village today. And then there's a village on the north side of the river which is also Taliban controlled, but they're hoping to collect all the local elders and persuade them to, join Afghan security forces, the Afghan government, and reject the Taliban and let these guys establish a permanent presence here. At the minute they're firing lots of rounds, but don't seem to be shooting at anything.
Sniper.
It's called pre-firing. Incredibly effective technique. Okay? Not just $1,000 worth of ammunition that you just fucking yeet it out.
Are there anyone near that?
I don't believe so.
That guy who's just firing as if he's having a fit, 3 days later fled with loads of weapons, a few rockets, planning to kill the commander.
Why?
He defected to the Taliban.
Holy shit.
Insider attacks against Americans and British have got lots of headlines. It's far worse, insider attacks against Afghans.
Right.
Far worse. And he had 3 people working with him, and they either lost their courage or something, but they were still...
Dude, who could have seen what is happening right now? I mean, this video is kind of fucked up because, like, it's in the future, right? I mean, who could have foreseen that this was a bad policy that we had, that we spent $90 billion on? That's crazy. For 20 fucking years. Oh, wait, this video is from, like, literally, 9 years ago. So, yeah, we could have foreseen it.
Within that army unit, and no one knows who they were.
Yeah.
So there's a balloon in the sky that films everything. They've got them all over Afghanistan.
Whose balloon?
American.
American.
And they've got these cameras that, night vision, thermal, which mean you can follow somebody for weeks.
Kind of like low-range drones. They just sort of sit there.
Yeah. But they can stay up there in one place for weeks, just attached by one cable. So someone is watching all of this, and he says it's 4 guys, not sure if it's Taliban. But as they were running away, one of them ran out and planted a white flag in the middle of all that firing. And it's not a flag of surrender, that's the Taliban's flag, a white flag.
Oh, shit.
Planted that, and then they escaped.
YTF out watching
Why is he collecting the casings?
He's an old man who's in the Afghan local police, but he hasn't signed up and registered yet, so he's not getting paid. So he collects all the casings to sell as scrap metal at the local bazaar. So the Marines accompanying the ANA are not really advising at all. They let the ANA plan and execute the operations themselves, and they're just here just in case things go badly wrong and lots of people are about to get killed. But apart from that, this operation really is Afghan-led, and I've never seen that before. I've seen lots of operations that, where the claim has been it's Afghan-led, but it's a farcical claim. This really is an Afghan-led operation. Good. Dushman,
Taliban finish.
Finish?
No good Taliban.
Run away.
Fuck you, Taliban.
So at the end of that operation, they walked back to the village where they started, and they got the few remaining local elders together and said, look, you need to give us some men, give us some young men, and form your own local police force and defend your village.
ټول غواړي چې ساعت د دشمن د ماینونو هم خلاص شي او د دشمن هم خلاص شي. څو ورځې مخکې تاسو ته معلومات و چې دلته په همدغه بیانځای کې څو نفر د طالبانو د ماین ملکیان شهیدان شي. چې تاسو دشمن خو داسې دشمن ده چې یونیفرم نه لري. د تاسو او د دوی په منځ کې فرق نه کیږي، فقط څوک فرق کوي تاسو یې چې فرق کوي. زموږ غوښتنه دا ده چې دولت هم اوس حاضر ده چې تاسو ته سلاح ورکړي، تاسو ته حمایه وکړي. تاسو یو نفر چې محلي پولیس ته راځي دغه یو نفر نه ده، یو کور ده، یو کلی ده.
زموږ خوښه خو دغسې د شریکه چې موږ خو ډېر په ازاد یو چې مځکې یې کوو، ټکټروانان مو پښې پرې کېږي، کوچنیانو مو پښې پرې کېږي، پر مینو باندې خېږي، حیوانانو معنا تپېږي، سرایونه مو نړېږي. نو دا خو بیخي غټ عذاب و تکلیف دی. معنا د خپلو سرایو د خپلو دغو څخه فرار په دشت پراته وي.
په دغه کلي کې شپېته او اویا ځوانان نه دي؟
ولې نشته؟
خدای فضل دا هغه سپینګیری وګورئ کاکا وګورئ د خپل کلي کور د خلکو په خدمت کې نن سلا اخیستې ده د محلي پولیسو سره ولاړ ده همدغسې ده که نه دغه تاسو د هغې نه ځوانان هم یو فزیکي قوه هم ورنه ډېره ده ورنه تکړه هم یی
دا حاجي صاحب ته وګورئ
دغه محلي پولیسو کې ولاړ دی ودرېږئ محلي پولیس جوړ کړئ دغه بیانزو کې 15 طالبان راځي په خپله خوله وایي ته ورته وایې چې مه راځه تا خبره یې قبوله نه کړه هغه د بېګا مین ور باندې پټاو شو موټروان یې والوځولو که غواړئ چې په سوله او امنیت کې ژوند وکړئ خپلو ځمکو باندې په ښه شکل کار وکړئ خپل ماشومان هم مدرسې ته ولاړ شي مکتب ته ولاړ شي په راتلونکي کې روښانه ژوند ولري
زه چې باسه ستا په کلي کې عملیات وکړم تا ته به خوند نه کېدار یا به ستا پر دماغ بده پرېږدي موږ غواړو چې ته زموږ سره کومک وکړي زموږ سره همکاره سي توپکان واخلي تر هغه وخته پورې چې ته استعمارمندي رسېږي زورمندي مو رسېږي چې ته تقویه کېږي د دښمن سره مسابقه کوي تر هغه وخته قومندان صاحب حمید خان دی قومندان صاحب توري علي خان دی ته راسي د خدای پر لیاز دغه قرآن پر لیاز د علیه السلام بارک پر لیاز باندې بې اتفاقي مه کوو
That was pretty amazing to think that after all of this money and effort and bloodshed, all we're saying to villagers like these guys is, we'll give you a weapon and you can defend yourself. So we're asking Afghans to pick sides and side with the Afghan government right as we're leaving and right as the Taliban are as strong as ever. And if I was an Afghan living in Helmand province,
it's like, hey, pick the losing side.
Yeah, or I wouldn't pick any side. I'd be nice to whichever strong man was in my garden at that point.
Then, in the middle of all this, there was a visit from the American ambassador and the British deputy ambassador. I was told it was a symbolic visit.
Sangin has always been known as the most dangerous town in Afghanistan. So the American and deputy British ambassadors visited to show if they can visit this hostile town of Sangin, then progress must be being made. They walked about 150 meters, had lunch, had a briefing where they were given nothing.
War is such a fucking racket, dude.
But glowing reports about how wonderfully everything was going.
So they're not, you're saying they're not staying and fighting, they're starting to move out?
Yes, sir. A little bit earlier here specifically because of some of the operations that have been taking place in our battle space, sir. We ripped out with 1-7 about a month ago and significantly reduced a lot of the Marine presence in Sangin and northern Helmand, and we've seen ANSF continue to hold all those patrol bases throughout Sangin.
The numbers may show that there is an increased frequency in the attacks. The effectiveness is far less than ever before. People are talking about security may not be that good, and I showed a map of 2010 where you could see the entire Sangin Valley as a block of red, and now we talk about it in pockets, twice in entire district. And I said that's a good thing. So there's not that sustained presence that we may have seen in the past. So again, it's a continuing growth throughout the district, and it's starting to expand. Working together, it's across all lines, exactly where we want Sangin to be right now. Exactly
so it is working?
Absolutely, sir. We've got the pull.
Sir, these people, they're welcoming us like liberators, sir. They totally aren't just like, okay, give me the bag of cash. Or they totally aren't just like immediately working with the Taliban the moment that we leave the neighborhood because they have literally no other option. That's not happening, sir. The OPSEC is airtight, sir. We're fucking killing it. We're winning.
Cooperation, learning thing, that's all taking place?
Yes, sir. The advisor teams are really what have taken hold in here. And
the ambassadors want to visit Sangin because that shows that Sangin is now, the most dangerous town in Afghanistan is now safer than it was.
They're pretty out of touch.
It felt like they were there for the photo op and to tick a few boxes and then leave. I mean, the Marine Major, who was so open and honest about all the problems he's having, kidnapping, murder, drug abuse, child rape, he was there and had to sit through this briefing, didn't say a word, wasn't asked a single question.
That's a deliberate choice, not to ask him a question.
Well, I guess the CEO just wanted to present a very rosy picture. If they turned up and they hear that there's child abuse, murder, drug, kidnapping, all going on, then the whole PR stunt has failed miserably, hasn't it?
The governor is right behind you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. We're very committed to our relationship. This is a small gift of the local business.
So this is a peace jirga that doesn't involve the enemy, only involves one side, and nothing was announced or decided. I mean, the idea of a jirga is people with opposing views come together, thrash it out and reach a consensus.
I'm here today to come with the chairman of the High Peace Council, Salahuddin Rabbani. He's attending a peace jirga here, an important event in Sangin, and I've been wanting to come here for some time. This is my first visit to Sangin, and I've been very impressed by what I've seen so far.
And there was a time not that long ago when we promised Afghans that their country would be rid of the Taliban. What's changed?
I don't know that we promised the Afghans that the country would be rid of the Taliban. We've always understood, I think, that there's no way to end an insurgency, this insurgency, through military means, especially since the leadership enjoys its presence in Pakistan. So the prospect or the job is not to rid Afghanistan of the Taliban, but to create a way so that the insurgency ends and Afghanistan is secured. The Afghan security forces are responsible for security lead over 75% of the population now today, and that process will continue until they are.
What does it mean for us that the Taliban is closer to taking over? No, the Taliban has taken over. Okay, they've completely taken over. That's number one. Not here, not at this point. But what does it mean for us? Literally nothing. Okay, that's it. There you go.
In the lead for the entire country. We have developed now a way to move forward that will make Afghans responsible increasingly for their own future and for their own security and their own processes, and that is as it should be. I think post-2014, we can't really tell what will happen. The door is open, as I said earlier, to a reconciliation process that will bring Taliban back into Afghanistan if they choose to take that path. And
our win rate has never been good. We've been taking we've been feeding ourselves a steady diet of fucking L's since World War II. Okay, L after L after L. It hasn't stopped. It has not caused the American imperialist attitude to decline. Unfortunately, that's not going anywhere. It doesn't mean anything as far as like the Taliban controlling Afghanistan doesn't really change too much. It just means we don't have fucking military presence there to the same degree that we had. That's it. If you think that this is going to like allow the Taliban to fucking destroy America or some shit, you're a psycho. And to the people who keep talking about the opiates and hash production, you're wrong. It's not just that. There's a lot of fucking minerals on the ground in Afghanistan. They rape and keep women from school worse though. Like, okay, they're gonna do like, first of all, that's already happening. Okay, so shut the fuck up about that. God damn, dude. Like, that's literally ongoing. That is absolutely a fucking consistent thing that was happening. Maybe not in Kabul, but like everywhere else. Okay, so now there's like, you know, Taliban control with 30% more rape and keeping women from school. It happened under our watch. The only difference now is that it's no longer happening under our watch where we turned the other fucking cheek. Are you pro-Taliban? No, I'm not a fucking psychopath. I don't think that a fundamentalist group of psychopathic pedophile warlords are fit to run a fucking country. The issue is the people of Afghanistan need to have sovereignty, okay? Here's a quick article on the mineral deposits. Rare earth. Afghanistan sits on $1 trillion worth in minerals.
For our part, we intend to continue assistance and partnership with the Afghans going forward if they wish.
We're here today to support the Peace Jirga here in Sangin, which is a gathering of
several hundred of the most important tribal leaders from around this area to talk about peace and reconciliation. I think peace involves people making hard choices, and I think it's about the choices that people make, not about what label they are carrying now. If the Taliban choose that they want to participate in politics in Afghanistan, if they choose to renounce violence, if they choose to take part in elections, in choosing of people's leaders, then any group that makes those choices can be part of a settlement here. If they don't make those choices, if they set themselves up against the Afghan state, then they won't be part of the process. I think it's as simple as that.
But sorry, I mean, what's changed in that we're now open to the idea of the Taliban having some say in how the country is run? You know, a few years ago.
I would just say Taliban coming into power doesn't mean anything when it affects Pakistani-Indian relations and also affects our allies' enemies on choosing if they recognize the Taliban as a legitimate government or not. I think the United States is going to recognize the Taliban as a legitimate government. Which means all our allies are going to do the same.
I think we would have said the Taliban have finished in Afghanistan and will never again control the lives of Afghans in any way.
I think we've always been open to the idea that people who want to take part in politics in this country, who respect the constitution, who respect the rights of people, have a right to take part in politics in this country, just as in any other country.
I think I can speak with confidence by saying that if you asked a lot of local people here who are the bad guys in this area, they would say the police rather than the Taliban. How can you change that perception in a fairly short amount of time?
I'm not sure I agree with that perception, Ben. I think, again, talking to the Marines who are here, who are out on patrol with those policemen every day, they say that the attitude of the Afghan population here in Sangin has changed hugely over the last few years.
Yeah, that's why everyone was like, oh my God, I can't believe they surrendered their weapons to the Taliban. And some people are even welcoming them outside of Kabul.
And then at the end of this briefing, the helicopter out was delayed by an hour and a half. So I said to them, go and talk to Major Stuber for an hour. Just say, this won't affect your career, but go and speak to him and tell him, ask him to tell you what's really going on, just 200 meters down the road. And they said, oh, he wouldn't be open and frank with us like he is with you. And they went and had a cup of tea with their bodyguards instead. Walked back, got in the helicopter and left. But you literally walk 200 meters out of the main...
Whoa. To analyze this like historic conflict amongst warring tribes and competing interests that ultimately can be reduced back to, as is everything, having control over commodity production and reducing it to like the most incredibly narrow, idiotic fucking point of view is insane. Like, liberals, when they say stuff like this, it's almost like, oh, the men wanted to own women again. Like, yeah, dude, because they weren't fucking doing that already when America was there. No, they were doing that already. Like, dude, what the fuck, dude? This is no different than, like, I mean, the energy is there, the empathy is there, and that's great. But, like, this is at the same level of like idiocy
I love you,
and narrow worldview as like what conservatives engage in on a regular basis. They see us and this as a foreign invader. Okay? I wonder why. Yeah, the Taliban just like has been fighting back against American invasion for 20 fucking years because they just wanted to own women. Oh wait, they were literally doing that in the provinces that America did not control, or the Afghan government puppet state did not control.
Gay.
Stop pausing. We're not here for your commentary. You literally are here for my commentary.
You'll see that you know, it's not true at all. The exact opposite is true. So ISAF put out a statement after this saying the diplomats visited the once insurgent hotbed of Sangin and saw firsthand.
And to the people who are saying like, oh, it's going to be a Chinese puppet state or whatever. Okay, so what, motherfucker? Let them deal with it. How about that? Okay. I'm sick and tired of people being like, oh, well, what about China? Okay, dude, then we gotta fucking do more murder, I guess. maybe they got some better ideas. I don't know. I don't think so. But it can't be worse than what we did for the past 20 fucking years.
The progress being made there, which I think was the point of going there, really, not to actually talk to guys like Major Stuart.
It can literally be just as bad.
These guys are,
or maybe marginally better,
officials.
But it can't
And
be worse. This is literally the
worst.
worst.
They created this local council, elected by 2,000 residents of Sangin. But I spent a whole day with them, and not one of them had a single good thing to say about what we've achieved there.
د ځان دغه کې چې د تلفات کم سي او د مشکل کم د زمر سره واده کړ چې په 1400 کې به موږ د دشمن جدي باس بیا به موږ ځو او دشمن هغه روغ پروت دی نو زمر په لسان په هغه وخت کې د بیل زیات موږ پوهیږو چې زمر په لسان ته مرګ جوړ
خو دغه پروژې چې دوی کړي دي دغه مصرف چې دوی کړی دي د دوی مصرف هغه اندازه چې دوی لګولې ده هغه د ولس په ګټه سلام یې سم نه د کار سوی یا کانټراکټ والا وړي دي یا غله وړي دي یا بل وړي دي یا بل وړي دي
دوی چې راغلي په افغانستان کې وو دوی راغلي په افغانستان کې مطلق یا د خودلته کار
China is committing genocide? What the fuck is this take?
Will change your pro-Taliban stance.
What? Name one foreign nation on foreign soil, unless you mean East Turkestan as like a separate foreign nation or something.
Don't do murder.
But name one fucking nation outside of the Chinese mainland where China is actively engaging in fucking genocide or anything like of the sort. Africa? China's doing genocide in Africa? That's crazy. The nation of Africa, one.
Appreciate your pauses.
China doesn't do external genocide. They do cultural genocide internally. That's it. And we know a lot about that. Personally. You know. This streams takes when there's more than 30k viewers. Yeah, I mean, this streams takes when there's any kind of fucking conversation about China. Taiwan, they're doing genocide in Taiwan? Oh, wow, that's... indirectly to North Korea? So you think China is more responsible or more at fault with what's going on in North Korea than the United States, which currently holds it under a strict embargo outside of and restricts foreign trade? So the only country that allows North Korea to trade outside of like Russia is responsible for how fucking their situation.
9 months hassle.
Yeah, like United States to the Native Americans. Yeah, 100%. I agree with that.
چې دوی راغله مګر دلته کار سخته ونه رسېدی هغه مشکل دوی نشي کولی دوی وانا اوس خپل ځان خلاصوي مطلب موږ پوهېږو چې دوی زموږ کوم امنیت تامین شوی دی چې دوی ځانونه باسي دوی کومه فابریکه را جوړه.
America ruins the country and now you want to save money so you can paint your nails and get a haircut, you dog. Yeah, dude, I get a big fucking fat check when America saves money by not continuing to occupy Afghanistan.
موږ ته چا تیاری راکړې چا ټانکونه راکړه په میلیونو ډالرانې مصرف شوي په میلیونو خلک راغلي دي چې خلک په زراو چې مړه شوي د دوی امریکایان د انګریزیان د دار دولت خلک دلته مړه شوي دي موږ پوهېږو نو موږ به کله دونه مقابله وکړو چې په دوه لاس په دوې پښې باندې د دونه خلکو مقابله وکړو موږ خپل وزاره سره کوس دا د اقتصاد به بېرته دوی تاله ته ورسي هغه امریکا کې
ډېر مشکل د امنیت څخه لرو مګر امنیت په لوږه نه راځي زموږ د لوږه غم او امنیت یو ځای نن هماغه آل وسم شروع دي پرون ما د هغه پوستې قربان ګرده ورځ په ناستو تېره کړې دي چې هر ځای کې سر ورپورته کړی وای هغه ګونې یې په سړي سره اړول د ده دا شکه او زموږ د هېڅ اعلانه سره سمېږي
د کومندان صاحب څخه او د جوالي صاحب محترمه صاحب د جنرالان محترمان څخه دغه هیله کوم چې د کوڅېدو اوضاع ډېره ناامنه ده ما دا درې میاشتې کې چمټا تړلې ده څلور ساعته پر ما باندې ټکان شروع دي.
When I was in Afghanistan, the national police shot our guys on base in the back and left to join Taliban, and we were advised not to mess with Blackwater and coordinated around them. Yeah, Blackwater runs the country.
That's pretty bad.
And that, if anyone would be pro.
You said let China deal with it. We outsourcing murder to China? Yeah, I guess so. I literally don't understand how anyone who considers themselves to be a fucking leftist can look to what has happened in Afghanistan for 20 fucking years and be like, I can change what's going on in this country. That's kind of at the heart of why we advocate for the things that we do, because like you theoretically are supposed to be able to advocate for change and then see that change happen. And when you have that opportunity to fucking advocate and pull or decrease imperialist expansion, you go, wait, hold on though. What if our fucking foreign adversaries then turns it into a colony for themselves? Without, we don't even know if they will do that, but what if they could do that? The hypothetical alone is reason for why we should continue this occupation. That's psychotic, okay? I personally think that is completely fucking psychotic. So that's why I said, yeah, let them try. Let them fucking try to deal with it. It's not going to happen, but let them try to deal with it. LMAO, China's literally funding the Spanish Mexicans that did 9/11. Why are you defending them? True, brother.
Foreign intervention, it would be those guys, elected local officials. Before that briefing had happened, Major Stuber knew that 3 young boys had been shot dead on police patrol bases. All 3 of them were Chai boys. So young boys who had been abducted by the police commanders and were used as servants. They served tea, but also sex slaves. They're raped by the police commanders. And you see them on every base. You see several boys, sometimes in uniform, sometimes not, but 13, 14 years old. It's very common practice there. 3 of them had been shot dead by the police, 1 possibly by another Chai boy, nobody's quite sure. And he's just found out that a 4th boy has been shot at point blank range in the leg for trying to escape. And you know, I was there, so he let me follow him to meet the acting police chief and confront him about this.
See, not so different after all from our elites. You know what I mean?
Yesterday, we had unfortunate news come in. A young boy, about 13, maybe 14 years of age, was shot. Now, there's a couple of things on there that you and I have talked about. We've had all the PB commanders in this very room about having young boys and civilians on PBs.
I have mentioned it more than 20 times.
I know. Why was there a boy on that PB? What did that commander say to you?
همون بچه بگو خودشان میخواه که در پوسته بشینه آشوانه برای ازیا کنه اشما که بگو وقت خواستم یک نفر ریش سپیدم ما بگو آورده بودم بوده جلب کردم.
Yeah, I know what he said. He said it in the beginning too.
که یک بچه خوردش او یک نواسی خوردش در پوسته بود. ما برش میگم که نواسه و بچه تا بباد بلیت خدا ما را پشش خلاص کو اگر بذات خدا تو را بندی میکنم ما را میگم ما چطور کنم که میبرم شپس نه.
He's saying the boys want to be there.
How do you square the logic of being against states like Saudi Arabia, but you actively claim support for East Turkestan when the separatists are openly Wahhabis and fought with ISIS in Syria? You always talk about listening to Truanon and you respect Mike Preisner, but you all reject the false narrative about But they all reject the false narrative about China, not trying to be a dick, but genuinely wondering what your understanding and logic on this is. I personally believe that there are, of course, going to be separatist movements, but it does not fucking justify America-style treatment. I'm sorry that I am consistent on this matter. The Chinese way of dealing with, and by the way, I'm not, when I say East Turkestan, I'm like using it as a fucking meme, okay? Let's be real. Xinjiang. Okay? Like, whatever you want to fucking call it. Ultimately, there are millions of Muslim Uyghurs that live there. And the way that the fucking Chinese government deals with them is mass surveillance and also cultural genocide. Like, are there Wahhabists? Certainly. Did someone fucking fight alongside ISIS? Not necessarily. Maybe some of them did. I know that they are also Turkish forces there too. And I think that's YPG automatically says like, oh, if you fight against them alongside the Turkish military, that means you're probably pro-ISIS. So I could see why Brace would have that approach, considering he literally did go out there and fight there. Having said that, though, I'm not going to sit here and fucking justify the exact same kind of reactionary approach that American neocons have to dealing with Muslims domestically, okay, as well as internationally, when it's the Chinese government that uses the exact same kind of rhetoric. Like, that's so fucking silly, dude. You literally wrote that. If only you fucking changed some of the words. If only you changed, like, I don't sit here and tell you, like, they're stealing the organs of Uyghur Muslims, like a bunch of fucking liberals who, like, lose their shit. Okay? Or you're crazy. Do you still think there are millions of being genocided in Xinjiang? No, I think there are millions that are under mass surveillance round the clock that are forcibly fucking sent to re-education camps exclusively so they can Hanify. Okay, I don't know what the proper term is, but the way that the Chinese, the way that the Han Chinese want to deal with, or the way that the CCP wants to fucking deal with, like, its own territories that they believe belongs to them, they're basically just fucking at the end of a fucking whip or at the barrel of a gun telling you you have to be fucking re-educated so you are no longer what do you call it? So you are no longer like in any way, shape, or form Turkic or Uyghur or a Muslim. Now you're gonna turn around and be like, oh dude, what the fuck? There's actually Muslims though in other parts of the country. Yeah, there are. Okay, what of it? It doesn't matter. They're not allowing it to happen in fucking Xinjiang. Okay, sorry. Just because they believe the entire world belonged to them, lol? Wait, what? The Taliban is a beacon for Middle East progressive movements? Dude, what is going on? Do I have, like, CIA agents in the chat or something? They're, like, writing stuff to make it look crazy in here? Motherfucker said the Taliban are a beacon for progressive movements in the Middle East, dude. No, you literally just have a lot of insane viewers. I do. I think this is like this is like a magnet for all the most psychotic fucking takes.
Which begs the question, well, why would they be trying to escape? And in one case, they tried to poison. One of them tried to poison the policeman so that he could escape, and that's what led to him being shot.
We cannot have children in PBs. We can't have children even wearing uniforms like this one was yesterday. It's against the law.
ما کدام تردید ندارم در رفتن موتو ولی موضوعی تو است که موتو در جلسه برش گفتیم.
Dude, I don't know why people constantly fucking send me these like insane weirdo sources like, oh, it's all Adrian Zenz, it's all Adrian Zenz. Really, dude, it's that fucking hard for you to believe that a global hegemonic power that is literally competing against America and possibly might overtake America is behaving in a way where they want to create an environment of cultural assimilation amongst a group of people that they consider to be separatists. Like, really? That's that hard for you to comprehend? Like, it's all fucking propaganda? Are you psychotic, dude? Are you literally insane? Of course they're fucking doing that. That's what big superpowers do. You have to be a fucking delusional, brain-dead moron to unironically consider this to be, like, that far-fetched. That's not genocide, though. It absolutely fucking is. If you consider it's what is going on with the indigenous population in Canada, or what's going on with the indigenous population as far as cultural assimilation and forcible cultural assimilation to be genocide, then you have to fucking say with your chest that what's going on in China is too. That's nuts. And I even say cultural genocide, which is a fucking UN definition, rather than like full-blown genocide. Sure that, you know, those people who are being subjected to that probably don't feel the same way. Forced education is genocide. It's not forced education. It's forced re-education. It's not like they're like, hey, yeah, we're going to fucking teach you how to read a book because you don't know how to read a book. That's not how this works. Like, China has done a bunch of wonderful fucking things, okay, domestically. I think we all agree on that, or at least me and the fucking Dengus agree on that, okay? It is also unironically responsible for the reason why every fucking capitalist can turn around and be like, capitalism has uplifted millions of people out of poverty. It's like, yeah, remove China from that equation. Let's see how much capitalism has fucking improved the world and the planet and the fucking third world in general. Okay? And I love high-speed rails, okay? I do. I think it's great. But ultimately, you're a silly bitch if you think that, like, a global hegemonic power that is desperately competing and might overtake America soon, that's literally using American propaganda to justify the exact same thing that they're doing to the Muslims living within their borders. Like, that's crazy, man. That's crazy that that's, like, so far-fetched to some of you fucking psychotic, delusional weirdos, dude. Like, do I believe that the Western media routinely propagandizes every little thing? That's why there's a different designation for labor camps when it's in North Korea, but like, we house 25% of the entire planet's literal imprisoned population, and we're subjecting them to work, and slavery is legal in our Constitution according to the 13th fucking Amendment. But also, we are not doing it in labor camps. We're doing something different. We're mass incarcerating people. Like, I get that, okay? I get how it's different for Americans. So why the fuck do you always behave like an American hog would, but for fucking China? Jesus Christ. Just keep going.
The posta که میرو تپلا پت میکنه ما خودم ما به این میفهمم کی کنی مردم اصلا خراب چشم دارن با یک دپه و دو دپه و 20 دپه و 100 دپه نمیشه که ما برای ازیا میگیم که تپلا را نگاه نکنه کنی را نگاه نکنه تپلا نگاه نکنه ناسوق نگاه نکنه سر از اون که دیگه برش گفتم میشه ما دا پوست رفتیم پیش ما تپلا پت کرد.
So this meeting went on for an hour and a half, 2 hours, and as you can see, he's not interested in stopping this practice and doesn't really seem to think there's anything wrong with this practice.
Let's do this. Let's get together and go out there and get these kids out of these PBs and get them back to their families. We'll go in there early in the morning. And we'll start going from PB to PB to PB. And if they've got kids in there in the morning time and we know that they've probably stayed there overnight, we'll free the kids and we'll arrest the PB commanders.
Eventually, maybe to wrap up the meeting, he says, okay, I agree, we'll go out, we'll do a raid first thing in the morning, and we'll arrest these commanders who are keeping child boys. So Major Stuber thought he'd made a real breakthrough.
I have things that I can do to help you. You and I are in a position right now to change the situation in this city. If you do this, people will know.
PB is a patrol base, not peanut butter chatter.
That you are somebody who stands for justice in this area.
وقتی که ایتو اشخاص گرفتیم بعد از اون بگو ما و شما باید قطعا بالای زیاره هم نکنیم. هرچی که مسئولیت که برایشان راجع میشه باید قانونی کار کنیم.
Do this, okay? I'm serious.
So Major Stuber walked out of that meeting thinking this operation was going to happen, think they were going to turn up there first thing in the morning and arrest these guys. A few hours later, he got a call on the radio, can't do it, operation's cancelled, and to this day, no operation's taken place to even question the police commanders.
How rampant is it?
Dude, stop. Stop. Every fucking dangoid turns into like a neocon the moment that, like, the literal moment that, like, Uyghurs are fucking mentioned. What the fuck, dude? Literally, I'm gonna read you something. I mean, I think there is context to consider here. There were numerous terrorist attacks and stabbings occurring in the region from a growing Islamist presence. Not to say that excuses mass assimilation, but it begs the question, what's the correct response to burgeoning domestic terrorism? Thank you for not mentioning, Uyghurs. So it made it much easier for me to literally just read out what you wrote and be like, that's unironically what the fucking conservative rights argument is against Muslim terrorism in this country. Yeah. Patriot Act, which is what China did.
This chai boy.
One of his men who is less cares less about this than he does, said to me, try finding a police commander who doesn't fuck young boys.
You don't even have the balls to say that Armenian genocide didn't happen. Are you afraid of Americans canceling you? I admit that the Armenian genocide happened because it did happen, you fucking idiot. That's it. That's literally the reality.
Most of the patrol bases that the British and Americans fought so hard to establish have been abandoned or handed over to the Afghans.
You're reading Turkey's stance on Kurds word for word? Yo, you dumbass. How long have you been in this fucking community? I know you've been in here for a very long time because I recognize your fucking name. You know what my approach is. You know what my opinion is. You know I don't think it's acceptable. So why the fuck do you constantly bring this shit up to make it seem like I'm pro oppression of Kurds? Okay?
Major Stuber gets, he's bolstered because the actual police chief has returned, a guy called Gully Khan, and 8 days into his job as police chief of Sangin, he had just gone on Hajj unannounced and disappeared for 2.5 months. He'd been accused of keeping chai boys in the past and been accused of corruption, but said he's come back a new man, and Major Stuber really thought he could make a difference.
There's been some things going on here.
Bro, he went to re-education camp.
Since you've left that are really driving a wedge between the police and the community. The biggest one given outside is that thus far you've had 3 children, young teenagers that have been shot by communities. All that has happened within the last 3 months. There was one boy killed in this PHQ. There was another boy killed with a PKM across in Cache de la Ray. And we just had a 13-year-old boy shot through the leg at Sagarkat. And there's a 4th unconfirmed report of a boy who serves tea up at Shamshir Char. There was a fight between 2 PBs, and the boy that they were fighting over, we have reports that he was shot in the face and killed. We definitely have to focus on these because you can do 100 good things and then have a policeman go and do something like that, and then the community, all they focus on is the one bad thing. So I know that's an uncomfortable issue, and I know that's nothing that you would ever allow to have in your PBs, but that's what's been happening here in your absence.
مشکلات چی مشکلات بوده او خوب کار کرده او خوب است خوب وظیفه ما شما است که خوب کار بکنه ولی خالیگاه که دارم ما وش ما بسرزي باسكونا كيم خليقات شو بود شو مشكلة بود هنا مين مثل نمي بسيار
problem. Kids are getting fucked, raped, then they're getting murdered. This guy literally fucking sounds like, I don't know if the translation is good or not, but he sounds like Kamala Harris talking about progress. You know what I mean? We are going to wrap our heads around finally starting the process of thinking about this issue long and hard. Okay?
I also say that this is also something else that's very good. These are all the patrolmen who are ready for academy.
This really gave, a feeling of optimism. He was sending 20 men off to Lashkar, the provincial capital, to get proper training. They were going to come back professional policemen.
ډیرو ګرانو او محترم سربازانو نن تاسې د خپل د نظم او ډسپلین لپاره او د انضباط او ډسپلین لپاره نوې اکاډمۍ ته استخدامیږئ شکر دی تاسې ټولو داسې نوي ځوانان یا چې په تاسې کې زه داسې څوک نه وینم چې هغه دې یا کوچنی وي یا ضعیف وي دوستانو اکاډمي ویل زموږ تاسې دپاره ډېره ګټه لري تاسې چې هلته اکاډمي واسې استادان لرئ د خپل استادانو درس ته غوږ ونیسئ تاسې یو څه زده کړئ د دې دپاره ته ځئ چې هلته یو څه زده کړئ او بیا دلته راسئ خپل دغه وطن د دغه خپلې ولسوالۍ دپاره په ښه توګه خدمت وکړئ د دغه ځایه څخه چې ډېر په نظم په ډسپلین په پټه خوله د چا سره کوم جنجال مه جوړوئ د چا سره کوم مشکل مه جوړوئ تاسې دې دپاره چې خپل درس ووایاست نو ستاسې څخه مې توقع ورزو دا
I swear to God, after watching an hour of this, if you still think like, one, we should stay there, and two, oh no, like, what if China goes there? I don't know what to tell you. Other than the fact that it's the ad break that's coming right now because it's literally 3:59. That is one thing I will tell you. Another thing I will also tell you is that if you no longer want to see the ads, all you need to do is subscribe. You can do it for $5 or for free with a Twitch Prime. If you want an ad-free broadcasting experience, of course. Also, on top of that, you can use an ad block or a VPN. China will just build roads in Afghanistan or something to fuck over America. They're going to send in like 1 million fucking Chinese people to go live in Afghanistan, build roads, and like already they're speaking like the regional dialect and shit, okay? I ship Kevin Abstract and Hassan Piker. I don't know if Anthony Fantano knows I'm straight. But anyway, dude. Oh shit, what was I saying? Oh yeah, I was gonna run the fucking ad break first. Twitch Prime is free though. Here's the woman ad break now.
دا چې تاسې راسئ او دا خپل نور خلک پوه کړئ چې ورور هلته اکاډمي ده اکاډمي د علم زانګو ده هلته د زده کړې دپاره ځئ هلته د
Class stash stream mate? Oh, shut the fuck up. They give you like 11 different ways of fucking avoiding the ad. Shut the fuck up.
د دې دپاره نه ځئ خدای مو مرسي کامیاب اوسئ کامیابي مو غواړم جوړ اوسئ شکر
The day after they went to Lashkar for police training, 6 of them got sent back because they failed the drugs test. So that was a Marine sweeping the ground.
Yeah, sweeping the ground.
Behind
the dudes walking.
Yeah, which sums up the situation perfectly there. This was an operation to find an IED factory that the police had got intelligence about. It turned out to be a derelict building with one old Chinese rocket hidden in the corner, which they got out, and then Guli Khan arrived to give a speech to the local elders. His message was pretty amazing.
چې دوی دوم سړی تر شا لري یا د طالب سر لري یا ستاسو خبره ما نه ده کړې ستاسو خبره ده نه کوم داسې درته وایم دا ګرده یو سر خلک دغه چې نن تاسې راګرځولي دي دغه چې دلته ناست دا ګرده یا مستري دی هلته په بازار کې کار زه نه وایم همداسې دی شی نشته دلته اوس موږ څه وکړو زموږ به خولې ته ولاکه انسان لا وګوري زه نه وایم خو د دغه څه مسله ښکار نه جوړېږي وامدا خورا لشکر نشي جوړول ما خبره بد فرضي شول چې ما درته چې په دې شاله کې د اتفاق نه وینم په هیڅ او نسته نو ولې نسته یو د میرمندو پروت یو د دغه کلاکار راغلی دی دغه دا په کومو وجلای په اسلام کې خو جلا نه یې یا په کومو سره جلا دي په دې په کومو وجلای اسلام خو به یو اسلامي وو یو اسلام یو ورونه به است وو نو بیا کومونه سمانه لري کومونه څنګه دې وس دا خبرې دي سهار چا خوړلې چا نه خوړلې روانې ګرد خپل په خواري اخته دا ټول مرته سیاست تیر پر مومن تیر د په کور کې څوک نشته نو ولا کوم طالب ته وایي نو ولا کوته ته ته بازار کې 500 روپۍ ګټي ورونه چې صاحب 500 روپۍ په بازار کې ګټي مزدوري کوي خو دې مګر اجازه دې ورزولې د کوشنۍ دې ورزولې هغه څوک راځي په شي جوړیږي
It's kind of really pathetic and fucked up, and I mean, aren't these people just like exhausted from years of this shit? Like,
but that's why they're not going to pick sides. That's why they're just going to like try and have a quiet, easy life by being nice to whoever is in their backyard day to day. And at the minute, these guys and certainly us are leaving very soon, and the Taliban aren't going anywhere.
No.
So the idea they're going to stand up to the Taliban on their own is ridiculous.
نو چې مزدوري کوي یا معنا سره کلا ته کوله پر کور ولا که څوک پاتې اجازه چاته وایسته ولاړ ولې به ستر پرې ولا که تا ته وایي هغه ته وایي موږ په دکان کې نه سي موږ دا ګرد ته ورته سراینه تلاشه کړي یو څومره دا نه چې دا نه سي د ګور دی دا نه خلاصه ده یا بل دا څوک بره کوته ګریږي نو دا څه چې ما کو خو دا انځم په بازار زه ته دا درونه پورته جواب ورکوم کوم کې هغه راکې خو یاله ولا زه دا درونه پورته جواب هغه ټکان ته ولاړم چې بیا تر باندې کې بغیر به کوم څه وکړو ولا که یو چاره لا بلرو بیا خدای موږ په واسه وسی په خدای که یا پر تا باندې تاسو یم په خدای که په واسه چې په واسه مې دا د جنجال چا خواږه خپل یو مې د چا سره کېږي په تبع ورسي بنده موتا نه وایي چې خدای پاک مړ نه کی او خود مونږ وایي په دې خوا کې دا لرو کې نه لرو ولې نه لرو موتا و دغه کې دیم لري
This motherfucker is just like using religion to fucking silence them. Like, come on, bro. We're all fucking Muslims, bro, right?
He's saying that despite this national army that's been created, this national police force that's created, you're on your own. And you need to not work, not leave your village, and stay here and stop the Taliban from entering your homes and firing from your homes.
زه نه درته چې دا وطن مال وساته زه نه درته چې ما سره توپک واخه زه نه درته چې ما سره درشي واغونده زه درته دا خپل ځان وساته دا خپل زوی و دا کاز وی وراره و دوست کړ ته مکه وروره مکه بالا بس تر څه وخت نه دی ټک د غم دی یو کوشنۍ تا په څه تکلیف ورلوي په څه خواري رلوي څومره مصرفونه تکلیفونه ځان وړي مګر یو امر مې راځي خوږي
Supposedly the police and the army are there to protect these people from the Taliban, or at least drive a wedge between the people and the Taliban, and he's saying defend yourselves.
اوس خو بچا زما عسکرو چا تکلیف نه در کړی کې څوک والی کې چاته سپک کړی کې بل کړی ما ته وا چې دا سړی ما ته سپک خبره کړي موږ سپک خبره چاته نه کوو او وزي پمو ده کورم تلاشي کوو اشتباه لرو باندې کورم تلاشي کوو زم تلاشي کوو کټک را باندې وسو ټاکم پر کوو مگر چاته تکلیف نه ورکوو تکلیف ته پاره نه یو
Do you think any of them might be Taliban as well?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it wouldn't surprise me at all. The Taliban aren't this outside foreign evil force that have come in. You know, the Taliban most of the Taliban fight allegedly within walking distance of their homes. There's always some Taliban there, always.
زه نور څه نه وایم ښه
That's all you get. This was the third Afghan army operation.
As the other dude also mentioned, like, part of the reason why they're fucking popular is literally because the previous warlord, the previous pedophile warlord in certain areas like this one, like the areas that these guys are in, would have been purged by the Taliban. You know what I mean? So it's like, all right, well, like some people see him as fucking liberators.
1 year, Hassie. You should come to the No.
That doesn't make what they're doing correct. That doesn't make them good at all. Yes, the lesser evil.
That I followed, and it was very tense because the guy who I pointed out earlier, who fled with loads of weapons.
Yeah, the guy that was firing like crazy.
Yeah. One of Hamid Khan's men was arrested a few days ago with loads of weapons and a lot of ammunition. And he was planning to kill a number of the Afghan soldiers. He had 3 accomplices who didn't flee, and no one knew if they were still planning on doing it.
Double agents or...
This day was, you know, everyone was really, even more than normal, watching their backs. So everyone's on the lookout.
If you think that he's starting to hold his soldiers back because we're here...
You keep saying Taliban bad every 5 seconds because no matter what the fuck I do, and say, there will always be people that are like, I can't believe you're just like literally standing the Taliban. Like, I can't believe you.
Let me know, because I don't want him to hold the soldiers back.
از نقطه میانرودی انداخت ادامه داره، دشمن هم انداخت میکنه، بگو پرسنل ما انداخت دارن. پرسنل ما انداخت دارن. دیگه تیمی که پیش است، تیم پیش ما زیر آتش است، تیم بعدی که تیم حمایه است، او از تیم اول ما حمایه آتش میکنه. حرکت حالت مینون زای مش کنسول شي هو خو دیگه ته حالت بازی حالت چې د طالبانو بیرغ دی حالت ازي.
In this operation they've got 2 local informers who they've dressed up in army uniform, put balaclavas on, actually gave them weapons later on, and they're sweeping through a village and they just point out who they say are Taliban, and those guys get arrested.
فقط یو سو پشتنی په خاطر تاسو بوش سرازي یا بعد رو تحقیقات معرفی.
کومندان صاحب دا کومندان صاحب خپل پر آزاد سره زموږ شرم دی به خدای شرمنه داخل گذار یا قانون مراتب دا اوس چاته ته ورک
فقط اسیم یک سرباز بگو که اونمون سرباز متوجه نمی باشه.
یه باید بتای تکشن کومندان صاحب چه سلاح برباز دادن
دا گروپ سره تزی 2 نفر دیگر هم گرفتن.
Is that like a common practice or a technique?
Yeah, fairly. But the problem with that is, you know, people can just point out their local rivals,
right,
rather than the actual Taliban. The other problem with that is, even if they're genuinely Taliban, most of the people who get arrested and detained get released,
right,
because of money paid to the right people or connections.
Or all of them get released when the Taliban inevitably takes over and basically empties out every single fucking prison in the country.
The informer said this man was the former Taliban shadow governor.
هم مسافه بتیدشون هم زنگونکیشو پرود بتیدشون. در قبول نفرم چې تاسو واسه ولدم مشکوک ده.
What's up with this guy?
What often happens is they get sent to Lashkar, the capital, but the prosecutor just throws it out for lack of evidence because there is no evidence. It was claimed to me, and again I don't know how true it is, it was claimed to me that the police haven't prosecuted a single successful case in 2 years.
Almost.
So we've now got to start walking in the footsteps of the man in front of us, because this is the first band of IEDs. that the Afghan soldiers have to walk through to get to the village.
Do you agree that we should stop trying to force Western nation states on these random places? They're obviously just not culturally or geographically fit for this form of government. What do you mean they're not culturally or geographically fit for this form of government? They absolutely can be. Just leave them alone, dude. Yo, liberals are so weird.
They want to clear out. It's
Orientalism it just gets like, every liberal is like 3 seconds away from saying some like real racist Orientalist shit, you know what I mean? No matter what happened.
A road covered in pebbles, so it's very easy to hide IEDs.
Eh, سر از اون چیز زمان ماین بگو سعی کنم اونجا ماین است ماین پاکستان باشه که ماین نباشه سعی کنم اونجا پیش کامera بگو خط نبری خط نبری بچه‌ها خبر کو نه نه
ماین ندارد نیست
رقم ولا كيف منو خبر مشتر داوز دا خاطر شو سويلان چکار منی
خب په دغه لار تاسو زیو راځي دا څنګه بیا تاسو نه
دا می دوم غاښتش دا
دا څوک مو خونو د سړک په غاړه کې یا ناست
یعنی دا څوک نه و چې خلک ته وایي چې تاسو لار نشئ
یا شپږوال ته ناس و دغه سره
ملکیان
و ملکیان د کورو سره ناس
طالبان نشکره
یا نو
طالبان په ساحه کې نه
راځي سرکټ کې راځي
I want to show you guys something. The golden age of Afghan history. The era between 1963 and 73. The golden decade.
Fog.
Now, don't get me wrong. It wasn't the entirety of Afghanistan that had this kind of attitude. But ultimately, every other fucking country in the Middle East in the 60s and 70s were doing better. As far as like people's liberation goes. But yeah, this wasn't the entirety of Afghanistan. This was Kabul. And obviously the fucking, mountainous regions were still
Kuma's weird champ.
The mountainous regions were still like repressive. But it's the same with Turkey. Like Turkey used to be less religious than it is now, or at least the way it presents itself now. A lot of the religious people in the country, a lot of the religious people in Turkey literally fucking are more religious now than the way that people used to operate back in like the 60s and 70s. Sure, people, covered their hair in villages and stuff like that. But never to the same degree of like wearing full-blown burqas and shit like that. And for a lot of and the same is consistent in like North African regions too. North African nations too, because unfortunately with imperialist expansion in the region, there were a lot of reactionary people that were able to utilize the growing hatred towards the West as a way to, you know, destroy, squash secularist attitudes. Do you see what I'm saying? And I don't care if people want to wear the hijab. Don't get me wrong. I don't personally give a shit. But the irony is that, like, there were people who used to, you know, cover their hair and whatnot, of course. It's understandable. It's a part of the religion. And it's up to every woman if they choose to do so or not. Right? But burqas are, like, ridiculous. Like, you are incredibly restrictive. You are ridiculous. You are absolutely being a fucking asshole. And even in the Ottoman days, like, it was, you know, it was never as aggressive as it is now in, like, Istanbul and in other places all around the world, in, like, a lot of these Muslim countries. Fareed Zakaria. Wait, Fareed Zakaria had a good fucking take on withdrawal? Wearing the hijab was literally forbidden in Turkey. Why are you defending that? It's not true. Wearing the hijab was not forbidden in Turkey, dude. Wearing the hijab in public places, like in public office, was forbidden. Motherfucker. Under laïcité. Yes. But it's not like it was fucking forbidden if you want to wear it, like, when you're going to the goddamn bazaar or some shit.
Boy.
And that was like a massive fucking point of contention. Was Turkey less conservative when you're growing up there? Yes, Turkey has gotten more and more conservative, at least in aesthetics, since I left and even before then. It's a gigantic point of contention for Muslim men and women. That's why Erdogan regime lived longer than that, because of hijab restrictions. Yeah, that's why. Not because of fucking abuse, corruption, suppression of free speech, privatization of a lot of, like, government-run industries that originally, like, seemingly fucking pumped up the economy. Posturing relentlessly to Western powers. In aesthetics, that plays really well with a fucking dumbass audience. A coup d'etat that certainly, again, was most likely caused by the United States of America. Some people in here think that it's fake. I don't think it's fake. I think it was straight up a Gulen executed coup. Yeah, he will fall at the next election, but I don't think he'll go without a fight. Anyway, let's finish this.
یک نفر ما میره و اینا رو براتون نشان میده. بعد از او باز چیمتون کاری میکنه.
چی هست؟ همین لاینش خو لاین ماین هست که کاش نکنم من یک دفعه کپولی؟ نه دست نزن. نه دست نزن. بیجار میکنه.
Dude, is he gonna blow up in this fucking? Oh no, they do a controlled demolition. My man says, should I pull it out, bro? Hurt locker.
تو کاش که مایدی متوجه بشی خب
چه پلاستیکی که محکم زدی
به خاطر او به خاطر هیس واتر ها بخی از اینجا دور بره از اینجا هی دور بره از اینجا دور بره که زیافه چیز داره تو قید نکردیم قید کردم چند قید کردیم این دو دقیقه زده بازه میشه ولی یک دقیقه پیر است یک دقیقه شما طالبان میکنم مجله را بوس بک Fuck off!
Fuck off!
No problem. بیا بچه که دیگه گشت کجاست بیا اگه قنبایی کیلو نشون دادید
They're just having fun, bro.
Too high. Dua da nemai.
The focus of the operation became to remove this white flag, the flag of the Taliban, not a flag of surrender, and it's within view of one of the patrol bases. So all they wanted to do was take down this flag, and they had a few funny ideas about how to do it.
What are you gonna do, Hamikan? Yeah, blow up the tree?
You should. They told that they have not enough demo to destroy the tree. Otherwise, we must down the flag.
Yeah, the flag needs to come down, I agree.
That's near to our PV, and that shows the Taliban power. But they have no power, they only up their flag here.
فلتين ولو كان ماشي یک دو دور دگرد درخت میزدن بدن
دی کی راکت دی بیخ درخت دی چپا میشه
راکت دینش
کجا تو هدفمند هدفزن داری میزنه
راکت اون نزدیک شون از جا از اونو دیادش لامبار کنه دیاده بغلک
نمیتونه زدن نمیتونه شما استقامت شرق ما را ترصد کنی که بیرق پایان میکنیم که کسی سر
Bro, like just come on, shoot it with a bazooka from the side. And the guy's like, we don't have anyone that has that level of skill, dude. That's awesome.
سری بچه انداخت نکنه داد بیرق لاندی وقت در کشی که
Pretty funny that they like were trying to blow up the fucking tree and almost decided to use a bazooka when it was that easy to fucking take down the flag.
So I think they did 9 IEDs in about an hour, which is unbelievably quick. Yeah. Yeah, it is unbelievably quick when you're fucking when your standard like operation protocol is literally just like no gloves, roll up to it raw, fucking being like, all right, it's beeping right here, blow it up.
عملیاتی را که ما شما پیش بردیم شکر خدا دستاوردهای بسیار زیاد داشت. در قدم اول همی که دشمن در ابتدا بالای ما انداخت کرد پرسنل ما تانستن کم دشمن را ضربه بزنن و هم با یک مصرف مهمات کم بدون تلفات ما تانستیم که دشمن از سایه ما را دور بکنیم.
Dushman is the same word in Turkish, by the way.
تانستیم با کمک مردم محل نقطای مین تثبیت بکنیم. همو 8-9 مینی که بود 8-9 مین ما از ساحه خونسا کردیم. بیرقی که دشمن بالا کرده بود به خاطر نشان دادن قوت و قدرت خود ایرم تانستیم پایان بکنیم. با یقین که ما بر مردم خودم نشان دادیم که ما انشالله توانایی از این داریم که پیش از 2014 پیش از این که خارجیات افغانستان به اصطلاح تخلیه بکنن ما توانایی از این داریم که مسئولیت امنیتی افغانستان به دوش خود بگیریم. همین که ما امروز میپذیریم با همه کمی و کاستی های خود داخل ساحه میشیم، برای خارجی میگیم که شما را دیگه ما ضرورت نداریم. دیگه شکر خدا از نقطه نظر تشکیلات، از نقطه نظر تجهیزات، از نقطه نظر مورال، از نقطه نظر فعالیت.
I have no fucking idea what language they're speaking, by the way. It sounds a lot like Farsi, but they're speaking Dari. Pashtun. It's Pashto. Not Farsi at all. It's a dialect of Farsi. Yes, I know the Taliban spokesman said the war is over in Afghanistan, bro. I know. Yeah, thank you, Captain Rico, for the 5 gifted subs. Dari is the Afghan dialect of Farsi. They're speaking Pashto.
ما رو ببی دست بالای خدا داریم برای ملت خود اطمینان میتیم. هیچ طالب کاری کرده نمیتونه. از توجهتان تشکر. ورونو دختای پامان. نعره تکبیر. نعره تکبیر.
تکبیر.
نظام پایت.
Okay.
Such a lip take to be like, look at these Afghan women in the 70s. They're not wearing oppressive Muslim hijab. Bro, do you not understand that being prevented from wearing whatever you want, which was the case in Iran, hijab was restricted, is also oppression? Yo, do you want a fucking hot take, dude? I'm going to keep it 100 with you. Countries with 90% Muslim populations should be allowed to fucking implement laïcité if they want to. Whereas countries where Muslims are the minority population, like France, are unironically being incredibly Islamophobic and incredibly restrictive. There you go, dude. You finally got me to say it, okay? Yeah, I said it, dude, okay? I do fucking 100% believe that, like, yes, it is unironically a sign of progress that women are able to literally wear whatever the fuck they want. Jesus Christ, dude. Especially as it pertains to, like, so license day for Turkey, but not France. Very bad take. What the fuck? Yes, not France. And not Quebec either. Isn't that the inverse? I don't see it being consistent. Can you expand more?
At Hasanabi, how many languages you speak, brother?
New rule. France isn't allowed to do anything. That's the second rule. Okay, first rule, not allowed to do laïcité. Second rule, not allowed to do fucking anything.
Fog.
Like, you fucking, me pointing to women being able to walk around like this is not anti-hijab, you dumb fuck. Women being able to wear, like, whatever the fuck they want is, unfortunately, given our patriarchal history and patriarchal constructs that are deeply embedded into every fucking societal development, is a sign of progress. Okay? This has nothing to do with, like, letting women fucking wear hijabs if they want to or not. And everything to do with like this, unironically, is a sign of fucking progress. It literally is. You can't do that in a lot of countries that lose sight of that progress. So shut the fuck up. If laïcité is what it takes, like...
Can be considered male version of hijab.
Regarding your take on women in the 70s, it's precisely this utopian nonsense cultural imposition that led us to seek out invasions in order to save the other. I've never First of all, that's idiotic considering the fact that that didn't happen in fucking Turkey, where I'm literally from. And two, I've never been an advocate for Orientalist Westerners coming in and being like, oh my God, I can't believe, I can't wait to fucking liberate these people. And lastly, that's not even what happened in fucking Iran, for the record. Half the time, it's like Westerners that are coming into already fucking liberated countries that do offer a lot of fucking civil liberties to its citizens, and then, you know, killing fucking or trying to overthrow democratically elected socialist leaders that want to do the big no-no thing, like nationalizing their oil production, okay? You know, using their own natural resource for their own good, for their own fucking people, going, oh, that's not going to happen. And then the alternative is seen as like the liberators of Western imperialism. And those liberators oftentimes are unironically just utilizing and weaponizing Islam, or their version and their understanding of Islam, incredibly restricted understanding of Islam, to say like, this is who we really are. Fuck this Western elitist nonsense. Also kind of weird that like you as like American Westerners are trying to educate me on Orientalism when I live it. Like, what the fuck do you mean? It is really weird. It is really weird when you try to educate me on you know, Western understandings of the Western understanding of predominantly Muslim countries. Stop pretending you're not an American. I am an American citizen, you fucking idiot. I am. I'm an anchor baby. I have an American citizenship and a Turkish one. I grew up mostly in Turkey. I grew up in Turkey until I was 18 years old. Huh. I don't understand your point. France can't do secularism, but 90% Muslim countries allowed to do the hijab requirement.
You tell him.
I said a country like France enforcing not secularism, laïcité, on Muslim immigrants is restrictive because Muslim immigrants in that situation are living in a Western nation that want to fucking wear the hijab regardless. They want to wear it. And France saying you can't do it. However, when I said the 90% Muslim country requirement, or the 90% Muslim country thing, I said, I don't have a problem with laïcité when it happens in a country that is predominantly Muslim. Okay? Because in that circumstance, you're functionally offering people the liberty. And if people still want to wear the hijab, then fine. That's okay. You just have a problem when white people do it? Yeah. How about that? I do. So what? But it has never worked. It only sounds good in theory. In Turkey, it failed. And in Iran, it was implemented by a terrible, incompetent government. Wait, what? Turks are Arabian, right? So Taliban is same thing with your people. Dude, haha, lamo. This guy's Turkish. This fucking idiot is literally Turkish. You know how I know that? Uppercase I. This fucking Turkish dumbass. Geri zekalı. That's not a thing in English, dude.
Yo, peep this article.
Because we have and E. So secularism, which is intended to undo the oppression of religion itself, is oppressive. Secularism, when weaponized against specific groups of people who already have the option to not wear a hijab and still choose to do so, is oppressive. Secularism in a country where, you know, it might be a little bit more frowned upon to not wear a hijab, so that women can have the opportunity to, if they want to, not wear the hijab, is not as bad. Yes, secularism is bad and theocracy is better. Hasanabi has all the hot takes today. Wait, what? Is that what I said? Oh, I was repeating that person. Wait, you think I'm saying theocracy is better? Is that what? The de-Islamification of these majority Muslim countries is incredibly difficult. Turks resisted it, and Iranians resisted it because the government was just terrible. I'd like our country to be secular, but it takes time and progress. I don't know if banning the hijab all at once will ever work in the Middle East. I mean, it literally did work in Turkey. It kind of did. It's not like people were like, oh my God, I can't believe you're going to the fucking school in one of the villages while wearing a hijab. Like, that's fucking bullshit. But yeah, that's not what was happening. I'm also 100% without a doubt in favor of a burqa ban. Like, fuck it, I'll say it. Okay, but would it still be oppressive if all forms of religious expressions in public places were banned? Like a cross necklace or a yarmulke, for example, I guess. I'm not certain on France's current laws and if they're just kind of Islamophobic with this facade of secularism. Can you wear a yarmulke in France? I mean, French people are kind of anti-Semitic too, so I don't know if some French people are. Not all French. So I wouldn't be surprised if they fucking banned yarmulkes too, you know what I'm saying? As a Sikh, we can't wear turbans in France. Wait, that's what I'm saying. That's ridiculous. That's literally fucking ridiculous. And I don't have a problem with women that want to wear a niqab either, by the way. Don't get me wrong. I just want to be able to okay, first of all, when people say what about nuns of the Amish law? I don't know what you mean by the Amish, but when you say what about nuns, like that's like a uniform, dude. We're not talking about that. You are not supposed to wear any religious symbol when working for the state. In practice, it's not applied that much for Christians, while applied too much for Muslims. Yeah, but in a lot of cases, not the women choosing to wear the hijab / burqa, is the husbands and fathers forcing them to. Yeah, you've literally never talked to a Muslim woman, I don't think. Like, especially when it comes to like literally Western nations where it's not the norm anyway. This motherfucker said, "Have you?" You're joking, right? Like when you say stuff like, "Have you talked to a Muslim woman?" Like that's a joke, right? Like you're like it's gotta be a joke, right? It's like telling an American, have you ever talked to a Christian woman? I guess it's wonderful that, you know, it's gotten to a point where this community's grown to a degree where like they don't know what my background is or where I grew up or anything like that.
All the power to all the people. Oppression is oppression, hassle to everyone.
Anyway, let's keep
But
going.
meanwhile, back at the headquarters, Major Stuber is still wrestling with the same terrible problems.
We've built this PHQ here. We've got 4 towers, and we've got a generator, and we've got a pump, and gates and concertina wire. But it's empty. There's no fuel here, and because of that, because of this simple logistical need, they can't get out. They've got 34 patrol bases from all the way to the southern green zone, all the way to the northern green zone, that they can't get out to. If there's anything that's out there that's going to really jeopardize the security here, it's not going to be a lack of fighting will. It's going to be something as simple as this: not having any fuel to be able to get anywhere. Where the fuel comes into is Lashkar, which is generally a 2-hour drive away. And the southern part of the southern green zone there, known as the Page area, is still controlled by the Taliban. So you can't get a fuel truck up here. It's just too dangerous for them to bring that much fuel to try and come up here and get.
We should, baby, please reconsider what you said. Nuns, the uniform, and Muslim women who wear a burqa don't fit under the definition of a uniform law. Yes. A uniform is something that you put on for like your job. It can have a religious it can have a religious thing on top of that. But yes, the burqa is not applied to exclusively like religious workers. It's literally everyone. The whole point is like giving women the liberty to be able to make their own choices on whether they want to wear a fucking hijab or not. Well, not the burqa anyway. Like, unless you think everyone that wears a burqa is like working at the mosque or something. No, go to the Oxford definition. I don't give a fuck about the Oxford definition, man. Shut up. Bro, yeah, chatters are like arguing with something that even the Taliban no longer believes women should be forced to do. By the way, like, they asked the Taliban spokesperson, and he was like, yeah, women can wear whatever head covering they want, but, not burqa. That's too much. And chatters are like, dude, why can't women wear burqas, bro? Shut the fuck up. Like, literally the Taliban earlier today said, no more burqas.
To refuel their tanks or refuel their vehicles. So what they have to do is they have to sell the fuel down there in Lashkar Gah, and they sell the fuel, and anytime you start selling fuel or selling those types of things, you open the door for corruption to be able to enter into the process. And unfortunately, this particular PHQ used to get about 20,000 liters every month, and the spigot has literally been turned off on them.
And the Afghan government announced it was going to stop sending fuel down here, and it gave a figure of how much was stolen. How much was it?
I don't remember the number. It was it's nearly $1 million worth of fuel. So whatever $1 million US will buy in fuel.
The government of Kabul was saying because the police are stealing so much fuel, we're no longer going to give it to them. So they can't move, they can't go anywhere. That there was a big fight the night before and they couldn't get to it because they had no petrol. And the thing is, they just assumed that the Marines would...
No, the niqab is not the same as a burqa. And like in Turkey, dude, there are so many different sects under Islam and so many different understandings and interpretations of Islam that every single different kind of head covering can signal to, okay? I don't know if you are unaware of this or not. There are very, very different, varying degrees of varying degrees of repression associated with each, all the way up to just absolute liberty, like the choice to be able to wear it. What is this? Yeah, here, this. A niqab, a veil covering the head and face, but not the eyes, usually worn with a loose black garment, abaya. I don't, this is not what I mean when I say niqab. I meant hijab. And even then, there's like different ways of wearing the hijab as well. Burqa is like full-blown veil that covers the entire body and face with a mesh window and grill across the eyes for a woman to see out of. Dupatta, a long scarf loosely draped across the head and shoulders, common in South Asia and often paired with matching garments. Yeah, when I say niqab, I mean the veil. I'm talking about the veil, not like the face covering either. Okay? I don't even mean like the face covering. I just mean like the veil. Burqa looks like some Assassin's Creed shit, with all due respect. No, it is like, it's literally like the most. The people that wear burqas are oftentimes coming from like very more oppressive, more repressive Muslim cultures.
Hassle.
I mean, there are women who literally choose to wear the face covering. Do you just attack them for that? Yes. Jail them. No, dummy. You can wear whatever the fuck you want at the end of the day.
I have to say
but
thank you for a babysitting
when I'm
my
talking about
fiancé
like
every day for me.
Predominantly Muslim countries, oftentimes the choice is not offered, okay? So you have to offer it at the government level. That's why I make that distinction between Western nations that decide to enforce secularism, hyper focusing on Muslims for some weird reason and not other religious choices,
and have never seen a burqa in my life.
Versus in majority Muslim nations westernizing Islam. Yes, I think, dude, you want to call it westernizing, then yeah, I'm fucking on board with that kind of westernizing. I think it's ultimately a good thing.
bail them out and give them their petrol.
Right.
Which the Marines are now saying, no, it's not working like that anymore. You are on your own now.
Right, so they've been stealing it for years and getting it off the Americans, and now the Americans have cut them off.
Yeah.
We had a long discussion with Sergeant Mateen today about how somebody goes about getting a commission within the AUP. He said it costs about 50,000 Afghani, or which is about close to $1,000 US to be able to get the bribes paid in Lashkar, and then it's another $4,000 US to get bribes paid within MOI in Kabul to be able to get them into the academy. So, in order to become an officer, just even a basic lieutenant here, it costs $5,000.
Thanks for the raid, Stone Pup. Did you raid me? I didn't see it. People are fucking saying that.
So that's quite a steep price for an Afghan.
And these are big issues. Do you think they can be resolved by the time we leave?
No, not by that timeline. These are serious logistical issues, and the difference being that other militaries have educated people that are working very complex systems, and this is a very complex system. This right here, this generator right here, is a very complex piece of machinery. They don't have the technical know-how to be able to operate this and run it. They don't have the systems or organizational know-how to be able to get fuel from their, through a distribution center to be able to fill up this tank. I only have basically 5 months to be able to teach them how to do this stuff, and then the next team's going to come in, and then we're going to spend a month trying to get. They're going to learn the AO for another month, and then they're going to have their time here and driving the bus, so to speak, and they still have to learn all this process and how it goes. So our actual amount of time that we have.
Motherfucker, you had 20 years to teach him. This dude. This video is from 2012, probably shot in like 2011. Okay.
9 months.
So no, he didn't have 20 years. This isn't from like last week, bro. I know it seems like it because, the problems persist until this moment.
Contact with them to be able to, one, understand their system, and then be able to coach them through it and help them be able to request the supplies and be able to have a functioning logistical section. It's a complicated task for anybody, and it makes it even more complicated when you have a police force whose officers can't read or write. They can't communicate on paper. I mean, if everything's done by cell phone, there's no tracking, there's no record keeping. The system becomes wide open for corruption, exploitation. I mean, you look on the roof of the building right there, you see these, you can see the solar panels that are up there. But when you go up there and you look at the solar panels, you see that they're not really connected to anything. And when you ask them, like, well, where does this go? Where, who put this in here? They can't answer those questions. They don't know how it works. I've got policemen on my team. I've got an administrative officer, but I don't have any solar panel experts to be able to help them fix that out. So it's left to guys like myself and my team to try and figure out how to hook up solar panels and tie it into an electrical structure and a PHQ.
The whole policy is designed as if everyone was educated, literate. There was a permanent police force there for years, as if the Taliban were no longer a problem, as if everybody wanted little girls to go to school. And it's all a fantasy, for 10, 20 years down the road. None of the things that need to be in place now are anywhere near in place.
That antenna right there, every time I walk by it, I think if that's not a symbol for what we're trying to do here, I don't know what is. I mean, it's a functioning radio tower. It's standing on its own. It's twisted and bent and held up with strings, but it's there and it works, and hopefully it'll still be there after 2014.
It felt like pretty much every day there was a major blow to Major Stuber. So, something really bad happened that he hadn't seen coming. In this case, there was a deputy police commander who he was sure had tortured detainees and had child boys himself, who everyone thought had been retired, you know, politely fired. Suddenly he appeared again on the base.
Anytime you think you got this place figured out, something else will come up and around the corner that you weren't expecting. I had been assured by the DG, I had been assured by people at Provincial that that guy was going to be gone and I wasn't going to have to worry about him and that he was going to be prosecuted for crimes against the people of this country, but he's still here. Although he looks a little bit more humbled than he was a few days ago, he's still here. And I don't know what I'm going to do about that. But he is away. He's out of the driver's seat for right now. Ghuli Khan's back, and that gives me hope. Because if you have people like Ghuli Khan, even though he's had a checkered past, you know, he's no saint by any means. You saw it today. He's working with the sarin wall, and you know, the guy that's sitting across the table from him right there, right now, that was one of the guys that was telling the sarin wall that you know, I'm gonna, you know, him and the CID officer were telling him, I'm gonna kill you if you come over here. I'm gonna kill you if you try and do these, if you try and prosecute people.
But how does it work when people have got very serious evidence stacked up against them seem to somehow get back into positions of power?
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, the case on that guy is pretty open shut, if you ask me. But apparently, somebody at MOI, apparently somebody at Provincial didn't think so. So he's back. I guess money talks.
So Ghuli Khan returns and brings this slight sense of cautious optimism. A few weeks after I left, he was fired for no apparent reason. He was replaced by an illiterate 24-year-old who the Marines were told had paid the right bribes to people in the government in Kabul. I came in a few nights after this to the little area where they sit down and have coffee, and he was just laying on his back with his eyes closed, and I thought he was asleep. He'd got a call and 4 kids had tried to pick up an old Chinese rocket, I think, right by the bazaar, and it had gone off. And they all died? Yeah, the 4 died. And again, it wasn't reported anywhere. I didn't read about it anywhere. Yeah. But he had to go and pick up the kids.
How many Marines do you think there are, like Major Stuber, that are torn like that know the truth?
I mean, that's a big thing that no one's talking about, is you've got hundreds of thousands coming back and hearing these statements, knowing it's utter bullshit, and I'm sure are coming back to all kinds of psychological problems and seriously demoralised. At least 4 guys I've met in Afghanistan have committed suicide since they got back.
Wow.
I really expected to have some problems with some of the guys that I was with. Not one so far has said, you're cynical, you're pessimistic. They've all said, yeah, we all know that the game is up. That's all you hear now is it's a success because 75, 80, 90% of the country is now in the hands of the Afghan security forces. Let's not talk about what those security forces are like. Let's not talk about their behavior. The fact.
Well, no worries. Now 100% is in the hands of the Taliban, so. Taliban control, unironically, over the course of the past 20 years, after the 20-year American occupation, has increased.
Back there in the lead and we're coming home is success. I mean, Taliban attacks are up, civilian casualties are up, fatalities for the Afghan soldiers and police are up. 310 a month is the latest estimate, every month. If that's not civil war already, you know, I don't know what is. And you get the impression these guys aren't going to last either. I mean, certainly when they're on their own, they're not going to last. I mean, I spoke to a few Afghan friends who've come from here and said, you know, what do you think is going to happen to these guys after we really leave? He said half will join the Taliban, the other half will just vanish. A lot of people are saying that it hasn't worked the way we wanted to in Afghanistan. They're blaming it on the Afghans. Oh, they always fight each other. Oh, it's just tribal rivalries, you know. I don't think that's true at all. I think there was a chance we could have got it right, but we put the worst people straight back into power after the bombing campaign and because of the rush to get to Iraq. And you know, it's our fault that it hasn't worked out now.
Number one, baby. Number fucking one, baby. When's the MSNBC thing? No longer. So,
Daddy Bezos money.
it took like fucking 8 hours to watch that. Oh man. So what happened to Major Bill Stauber is he got fired, or
yeah, but he was also doing what he thought he was sent there to do, which is help the Afghan people, and not have their their
why does this guy sound like Adam Curtis?
Their family members killed and raped and abducted. I mean, anyone would think that's what you were sent there to do.
Yeah, like the worrying thing that I kind of, one of the worrying things, there's a lot of worrying things. Like I obviously we mentioned there the Chai boys, and like I know that when
go back to 22 minutes,
or wait until the right moment, launch an attack, and they actually.
Thanks for showing this documentary that made a good case why the U.S. Army is number one and Afghans can't do shit. That's what you got out of this documentary? That's literally what you got out of this documentary? We literally fucking trained half of those motherfuckers, okay? We trained the same people that became the Taliban, okay, to purge out the Soviets in Afghanistan. Then they turned around and overtook, once the USSR left, they overtook Afghanistan, okay? And then when their influence was starting to wane once again, we then turned around. Like, we are the number one allies of the Taliban, okay? It actually feels as though we are just like constantly fucking helping them out. We're like, yo, those are our friends, dude. If you want to see more from Ben Anderson, he has a documentary called Battle for Marja that followed my platoon / company in Afghanistan. Really? Dude, it's so funny when miskids come in here. It's like, I don't care, man. I'll see it clipped on fucking LSF later if it's like funny, okay? Like, I promise you it's not that big of a deal. I promise. You feel me? Dude, you literally have to fucking go. You literally have to go and fucking watch the Misgift stream, dude. Oh my god, you're getting raided by Misgift's sister, dude. Fuck, dude, you have to, dude. You fucking have to, dude. Oh my god, you got rated as a C, dude. What? Oh. I guess I should just fucking... I should just hang it up, dude. Listen, Misgift's sister had sex with Adam 22, okay? I do not care about her preferences. It's clear to me that her preferences are unfortunately not great. You could say it's salt,
That's Chevy.
but I'm fine being categorized as a C.